else so that we don't have too much of long silence. They are still trying to connect with us, so let's just be patient. It's technical issues from Banjo. Please, those who are coming in, if you can, if you're going to participate, or if you want to, it will be better if you can bring, put your name on so we know who. Because when we just see numbers or funny digits or letters, it's hard to follow. We have a hand up, Mr. Benjamin Aki. Secretary, do you want to unmute Benjamin Aki?
Yes, Mr. Aki, you can unmute yourself.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Tomocha. I don't have anything to say. I just wanted to greet you and greet your audience. And thank you for organizing this opportunity to have a chat with the president-elect of Cameroon. And I think you are taking the right direction, because right now our people are looking for a way to engage on the important questions that affect the people of former British Southern Cameroons. And it is important for us to be speaking to the right people, the person who has legitimacy of the Cameroon, of the nation of Cameroon. And I think this is a very, very laudable opportunity that you have taken. And I look forward to your exchange. And I remember we've had our exchange in the past. I applaud the professionalism of the town hall, and I applaud and I trust very much the professional handling of this discussion by Mr. Ato Moche. And I also greet Professor Nubong. I see he's also here preceding. I always appreciate this tradition of the people of former British Southern Cameroons. As many of you know, I'm a follower of Ntumaza, and in the 1950s, he occupied a position which was not very, very popular among the people of former Southern Cameroons. But nonetheless, he had the opportunity to air his views, right? So because he stood very strongly for reunification, with the aim of going over to the east and changing the conditions there for our people. So with that tradition in mind, that civility, that possibility to hold your view and yet listen to somebody who thinks differently, I think we cherish that very much. And this is what we will bring. My hope is this is what we bring to the union. If the conditions work out that we stay in the union, our mission is to transform all of the nation of Cameroon to have that kind of level of civility and engagement on any question. Any question can be discussed and a solution can be found. So I thank you very much, and I look forward to this much awaited discussion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akin, for your kind words. And I would give credit not just to myself. It took an entire team, an entire collective effort to make this happen on both sides, on our side, and the team around His Excellency was very, very gracious, very, very courteous, very professional. And they also, I would share your kind words with them. But thank you. And that has been the mission or the hope of the town hall, to create what we say a market space where everybody can come and express themselves and we can have a civil discussion. And
Mr. Moderator, there are other two hands. Wait for our guests who, like you said, has some connections. I think this is really the time for people to really be sharing these thoughts, which it's really very important for us to hear, rather than actually so we should just get as many people as possible to share thoughts so that we can just listen. Yeah.
Okay, Secretariat, you can unmute Michael Taki. I think so. Tabe,
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
Michael,
it's Taki. It's Taki. Yeah,
okay,
I can.
Taki. Man, the eyes are
the
going.
problem is probably also remind the owner of, I mean, the person that is using Samsung G98IU.
Yes.
Please indicate who they are. If we don't know the name, we cannot unmute. We cannot even ask to unmute.
Yeah, Samsung, your hand is up, but you need to change that to a name so we know who is on here. Okay, Mr. Michael, Mr. Taki, go ahead. You have the floor.
Yes. Oops. Sorry. 1 second. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. I just want to shout out to the whole team behind you. I think when you were giving like a rundown that you've been existing since about 2021, this
Correct.
is something that we as a people should take note. We have to respect consistency. For you to have managed to survive since then to today means there is some sort of, I would say, foundation behind it. And for any group like this to, I've been hearing about town halls, no doubt. A couple of times I've managed to log in, but out at the same time. It's highly appreciated to have been that resilient to stand the test of time right up to now. I am of the federalist faction of the present situation in our, I would say, in our country. We've been running a lot of federalist activities, and including the fact that I chair the coalition of Cameroon federalist groups and activists. We've been working with the president-elect for a long time, right up to the time that we actually endorsed him, his candidacy. What I mean, we of the federalist faction, and paved the way, promoted his campaign towards right up to the point where he was, I would say, elected. Unfortunately, his victory got stolen. And as you know, when you steal something that doesn't belong to you, it wouldn't last for long before you get caught. So that's the situation in which the country finds itself. So for us as a people, and for you as a very strong force to organize an event like this, to meet with the president-elect, actually it's historical, and I think we should always look at the positives. We should think very, very hard on how to use opportunities like this to make or build very powerful bridges than looking or making positions which we cannot, that would not give us the opportunity to listen to the other side. So I'm very, very pleased that should he come up today, we are kind of showing the interest. I mean, as of now, we are about 80. I logged in when we're about 15 or so. So this shows the intake of this, I would say, this meeting. I just want to say, if somebody has not forwarded a link, please, they should do so as well. They should forward a link to the various groups that they belong to, because that's what I managed to do as well. So please just send it away so that we have more people come in. So that the president-elect himself, you would know that we take him very seriously, and we want him to know that wherever he is, our thoughts and prayers go up to him. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for those kind and solid words, Mr. Taki. And again, you're welcome. All opinions are welcome. We believe in freedom of expression, and we believe in, you know, the mandate rests with the people, and that mandate has to be validated, right? That's why they have elections, so that people can go and express themselves. You may know the polls, you may know how popular somebody is, but unless that following is legitimized, it only remains, you know, it doesn't have any power behind it. So we try to create an atmosphere where Southern Cameroonians can come together, express their views. Everybody's entitled to that, to their opinion, and then let the people decide. So thank you for coming in, and we are always open.
Mr. Moderator, again, remind the person with the hand up
Yes.
that if they don't identify themselves, at least privately, I've sent them a chat message. The Secretariat has sent them a chat message. If they wish to identify themselves, then we would recognize them to ask their question. And I think also just reminding our last speaker also that the number of us that are here is just a tip of the iceberg, right? The many more hundreds of people that will follow on Facebook or on other platforms that are not directly linked to Zoom. So it's good that everybody understands that. It looks like there's another hand with the name
Eugene
identified, Mr. Eugene Ate. So,
yeah, Dr. Ate. Yes.
Yeah. So okay, sorry.
Can you ask him to unmute?
Herman, can you? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. Ate, you have the floor.
I sincerely thank the organizers of this forum. And
sorry, Doc. If you're in a position to turn on your camera, could you please? Because we are live and for the updates.
Yeah. It's turning on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Mutia, and thank you for the team. Unless it's a wonderful opportunity for you guys to organize something like this. I remember the last time I participated was with late John Fundi, and there was a little bit of symbolism which he actually called out. You know, you guys advertised the program as a Southern Cameroon program. When he came on, it was an Amazonian type stuff from the flyers and stuff like that. I want to still bring that symbolism here because Southern Cameroon, I know we are an activist and pushing group that is trying to get our identity out there. So if our goal is political symbolism, then we are right to call Mr. Issa Tchiroma as the president-elect. If the goal is the Southern Cameroon's identity politics, it is right. But if the goal is civic education or legal clarity, it is not right to call him president-elect. If the goal is avoiding confusion or tension, it is not right to call him president-elect. Because as we know, the president-elect of Cameroon is the one that was sworn in. I speak from a position of the SDF. I don't speak because I'm CPDM that I'm saying Paul Biya won or not. Issa Tchiroma won the election. And as part of our civic, symbolic, resistant move, we can call him president-elect. But I think we can frame our language in that we say the president-elect in the eyes of his supporters, the president-elect of the people's vote, do not officially recognize, or the president-elect in moral terms, not constitutional terms. This is just my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Mr.
Dr.
Moderator, can I pull a little bit of Secretariat privilege?
Go ahead.
to chime in. Thank you very much, my brother. I think you raised several questions that it is important we tackle. First, it should be noted on the record that when I will use the word Chairman Frundi was at the town hall, he was addressed as His Excellency. I did not hear anybody from SDF also refute whether or not he won the 92 election or whether or not that was legitimate or legal. Right, and there is the difference between legitimacy and legality. In the case of Cameroon,
yes, our guest is here, Prof.
Yes, so we will carry this after the guest will leave. So I'm going to step back.
Yes.
So if you can go ahead and introduce.
Barrister Joyce, do you want to introduce Mr. Amon, and he would introduce our guest? Secretary, do you want to?
No, you go ahead, Ato. Go ahead.
Yeah, Barrister Joyce, are you there? Can you unmute her?
I'm on. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Town Hall. I'm sorry, I'm just getting ready at my device. Yes, so welcome to this edition, the 95th edition of the Town Hall. I have the honor to introduce the guest, who would then introduce our speaker for today. And amongst us, we have Mr. Abdelaziz Munde Jibam. He's a Cameroonian journalist, communications consultant, and a lecturer specializing in strategic communication, geopolitics, and space affairs. He's based in France and has established himself as a respected analyst and commentator on African and international politics and development. In addition to his academic and professional engagements, Mr. Munde serves as an advisor to His Excellency President-elect Issa Tchiroma Bakary, providing strategic counsel on political communication, public affairs, and international relations. His expertise at the intersection of media, geopolitics, and governance has made him a sought-after voice on issues shaping Africa's evolving political and strategic landscape. So, Mr. Munde, you're welcome to the Town Hall, and the floor is yours. I think he's speaking, but he's muted.
1 second. Secretary, can you unmute him?
Yes, it is up to him to unmute. He's
Amon, if you can hear us, unmute yourself.
Okay, I think it's okay now. Thank you so much for this introduction.
Is it me or his network, Mr. Moderator?
His network.
Yeah, I think we should. You should let him know that we're not hearing him.
Mr. Amond, you can turn off your camera, your network.
Prime importance for citizens and politicians, offering the opportunity for an exchange between President-elect His Excellency Issa Tchiroma Bakary and Is it okay?
No, you can turn off
Is
your
it
camera.
okay? Do you hear? Are you hearing me?
No,
Yes.
turn off your camera.
No.
Okay.
We were hearing him when he turned off his camera and he was speaking, we could hear him.
Okay, go ahead, Amon.
Okay. Are you getting me now, please?
Yes.
Hello. Yes, are you getting me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this moment of prime opportunity for an exchange between President-elect His Excellency Issa Tchiroma Bakary and his compatriots, particularly from Southern Cameroonians, in the wake of what he has been committed to over the past few months. Rich in stakes, symbolic to the wish and constructive in its approach, it will give the opportunity to President Issa Tchiroma Bakary to express himself in a committed, solemn, and a proactive manner on crucial points affecting the destiny of our nation, with the highlight being the restoration of the truth from the ballot box as widely expressed in its favor on October 12, 2025 by Cameroonians. It will be an opportunity to extend the words of President Tchiroma delivered through his message and appeals to the force of the nation, including the diaspora, which he has made a pillar of his vision for the advent of a new Cameroon. Indeed, through a sustained, articulated, and sustained presidential communication approach, President Issa Tchiroma Bakary, drawing on his letter addressed to the Cameroonian on June 25, 2025, after his resignation from the government, The transition program built with forces of change and its vision of Cameroon expressed itself on topics of primary interest to our country, notably a call, to name a few, a call to the people to take their destiny into their own hands, to mobilize for the restoration of the truth and integrity of the ballot box and the restitution of the popular and unprecedented victory achieved on October 12, 2025. A repeated call for the diaspora, and to the diaspora, one of the pillars of Cameroon's structural transformation, put into perspective the concrete effect of the adaptation of multinationality or adoption, of multinationality and investment incentive in technological and scientific fields. Tributes paid to key players, key figures among the forces of change, first and foremost by Anise Ekane. The deterioration of values, the loss of reference, and the downgrading of our country. The highlighting of Cameroonians who provide daily support to President Tchiroma. A call to the defense and security forces, that is a very important point. And protection and protectors of democracy, so that they upload the truth of the integrity of ballot box. Do not sacrifice their dignity and do not execute illegitimate orders to share the blood of Cameroonians unnecessary for the repression of past elections, to hand on national news through messages of support, denunciation, and questioning concerning crucial three statements about the concern raised by his compatriots from Southern Cameroon concerned with national cohesion and the mobilization of our active forces before this. Thank you so much for your attention. I now have the pleasure and the honor to introduce His Excellency Issa Tchiroma Bakary.
Your Excellency, you have to unmute. Thank you.
I think it is done, but I'm not sure.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I can hear you too. Thank you.
The floor is yours. Your Excellency, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. I'm very much pleased to be there. And first of all, I would like to congratulate and thank the moderator. Give me the opportunity to be here. And I would like to congratulate all of those who are involved in this very important meeting. This is the first time that I have the privilege to be here. And I wish from today onwards, whenever need be, whenever need arises, I am ready to join, to explain, to enlighten, to be enlightened, to receive any meaningful information. I don't know if you can see me.
Yes.
You can. Okay.
Yes.
So, thank you. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk to you in this occasion. And first of all, I would like to congratulate and thank all of those who in one way are involved in the process of organizing this. In particular, I would like to praise and compliment the organizer of this meeting, which gave me the opportunity to be there. I would like to hail and to congratulate whoever, for one reason or other, at any given time, was involved in the preparation of this meeting. Congratulations. Thank you very much. So if you can remember, in October 12, 2025, the people of Cameroon overwhelmingly cast their ballot in my favor. The victory was overwhelming. It is known by all over the world. There is no way to contest, to protest. But despite the will of the people, the former head of state, Mr. Biya, refused to comply by the will of the people and continue to confiscate power and to threaten, arrest, and kill whoever claimed the truth of the ballot box. So I am a repository of the will of the people. The will of the people is something that I will never accept, happen what may. This is my responsibility, the protection of the will of the people, happen what may. My commitment, and I would like this to be brought to the knowledge, not only Mr. Biya, and whoever is involved in the process of confiscating the power, depriving the people of its right. I would like them to keep in mind my commitment for as long as I am alive. My commitment is to work out means and ways which will enable me to raise to power according to the will of the people and to comply by the will of the people. Because as you know, I received the mandate that I have to implement within the framework of our constitution, of course, and within the framework of the mandate that I received. So I'm very much pleased to first of all, to say my determination. And I would like to those of whom I am today a bearer of hope and who trust me, who believe in me, let them understand that first of all, I am in a good health. The Lord gave me this opportunity to be in a good health, and I am determined to stand by the people, because what many people do not realize today is the stratagem put in place by Mr. Biya, not only to confiscate power, but to transform the Democratic Republic of Cameroon and a disguised council monarchy. The purpose behind this is to enthrone his son, is to appoint him to become the vice president and to continue after his demise. I want to warn him, I want to warn whoever, the power is the will of the people. I am a leader of 30 million of our Cameroonians, ready to jump into the arena and to use whichever means available to them to retrieve power. So I would like at this level, let Mr. Biya understand that his time is over. He has to realize, and he knows it very well, but he refused to comply back. The Lord has not created something that can last forever. After 43 years of age, in power, and 99 years old, he adamantly refused to go. My people, the people of Cameroon, will compel him, will oblige him to leave the office. This is a matter of time. This is a matter of understanding, because all Cameroonians, they are already fed up. The situation becomes every day unbearable for thousands or thousands of Cameroonians. He has to understand this.
This meeting is being recorded.
The patience of Cameroonians is growing thinner and thinner. They are already, their backs against the wall. All of us, we have our backs against the wall, and we have no choice to fight back, happen what may. Whatever we have to pay, we are ready to pay. But Mr. Biya must understand that his term is over. We will not accept whoever he may appoint at any given time to be the vice president. He is illegitimate. He is illegal. Even the change of the constitution is illegitimate, is illegal. We reject it. We do not accept it. Whatever decision which is being taken today by Biya, we consider it to be null and void. This is the first statement I want to make, and to let everybody understand and know it. Maybe I have to speak, I have to say some few words in French. Je voudrais exprimer ma gratitude à tous ceux qui, d'une manière ou d'une autre, ont contribué à la mise en place de cette cérémonie, à toute la diaspora de par le monde en général, en particulier la diaspora basée aux États-Unis. Je voudrais d'abord lui renouveler mon sentiment de gratitude. Parce que cette diaspora, comme beaucoup de diasporas, contribue au quotidien à alléger la souffrance de nos compatriotes au pays qui se trouvent dans un dénuement, dans une souffrance inextricable, incompréhensible. Cette diaspora est en train de jouer son rôle merveilleux. Je l'encourage, mais je fais savoir, pas seulement à la diaspora basée aux États-Unis, mais à toute la diaspora où qu'elle se trouve. Il faudrait qu'elle réalise que c'est toute la nation qui se trouve aujourd'hui le dos contre le mur. Nous n'avons pas de choix que de réagir, que de riposter et de faire usage de tout instrument que nous estimons légitime, nécessaire à utiliser pour nous libérer. Parce que le peuple camerounais aujourd'hui est opprimé, le peuple est emprisonné, le peuple est embastillé. Cette situation, nous ne pouvons pas l'accepter, nous ne l'accepterons jamais. Moi, j'ai été élu pour que le peuple soit au pouvoir, qu'il plaise à l'Éternel. Je suis prêt à demander au peuple de descendre, de prendre toute sa responsabilité et de poser tous les actes qu'il estime nécessaires et utiles pour mettre un terme à cette forfaiture, pour que M. Biya comprenne qu'aujourd'hui, le pouvoir est le peuple, le pouvoir appartient au le peuple attend simplement mon mot d'ordre pour descendre, pour empêcher à cette administration de fonctionner. Alors je dis donc, M. Biya, le moment est venu de réfléchir, parce que vous aurez la lourde responsabilité de ce qui résulterait du fait de votre entêtement de vouloir confisquer le pouvoir à tout prix, pire de vouloir opérer un transfert familial ou clanique. Voilà, en guise donc de déclaration liminaire, ce que je voulais dire. Bon, maintenant, si vous estimez qu'il y a quelque chose à ajouter de plus, une fois de plus, I'm very much pleased. I am ready to give you any complementary answer. What I said in French, we are bilingual country. I'm confident that all Cameroonians of good faith have understood what I said in English. But if it is necessary to repeat it in English, I said that the will of people, I am the leader of 30 million of Cameroonians, all of them ready to be involved in the process of the retrievement of power. We have to recapture, we have to recuperate power which is confiscated by Mr. Biya. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you for accepting this invitation to engage with the people of the town hall. We are being followed on several platforms, not just on Zoom, and I think your message is going across. On your opening remarks, I think we would then open for some questions based on your remarks. But before we open, just as a follow-up to what you said, that the people are waiting for you to give the green light, le mot d'ordre. What is holding you back from giving this?
There is something which is holding me back. If I tell you right away what is holding me back, I lose the privilege of having it. What I can say, and which is easy to understand, we have to create enough momentum because Cameroonians are fed up. Many Cameroonians cannot afford to have 1 meal per day because our natural resources are being plundered, looted by the gangsters who are at the helm today. So you have many Cameroonians who are starving, who cannot feed themselves, who cannot educate themselves, just because you have people who have decided to embezzle money and to mismanage and have opportunity to prove what Mr. Biya, as a ringleader of mafia life state, I have already demonstrated, and many other people have demonstrated that Mr. Biya is at the how can I say, is the godfather of what is taking place today in terms of embezzlement, in terms of misappropriation of public funds. This by 10 and 1,000 of billions, 1,000 billion embezzled. The reason why Cameroonians are in desperate situation today, they cannot feed themselves. They cannot feed themselves. So my commitment is there. You raised the issue of knowing the reason why I abstain from giving the mot d'ordre. The mot d'ordre will come because when it comes, it comes once. And once it is done, it is a matter of maybe hours or days, I don't know. This regime will have no choice but to leave the offices.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to open the floor so that people can ask questions. And we are asking people to send their questions by chat to the Secretariat. And the questions will be asked to His Excellency. It will be put on slide, and His Excellency would answer those questions. So we're going to start with one of our mothers in our community, Dr. Maggie Kilo. You're welcome here.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. I'm ready to ask my question, and I hope everybody can hear me.
I can hear you, madam. Thank you. I can hear you.
All right. Thank you, President-elect. This is the 95th session of the town hall, and it's a significant number, especially when you think about our country. Now, we've had many highly regarded people come to talk to us. And one of them, the late interim president of the Republic of Liberia, actually addressed the town hall and emphasized when he was comparing the experience of Cameroon, Southern Cameroons and the Republic of Liberia in their war. He emphasized the fact that we should not allow this war to go on for 10 years. I mean, And here we are knocking on the door of 10 years. And the people are crying for peace. We as mothers, we want peace. Peace without development does not happen. So we want peace. We need the peace. Now, why 10 years? Because if a child is 6 years old and is about to start primary school, and you go for 10 years without any education, that child is a stark illiterate at 16 or 17. And to educate that child becomes a problem. So we are creating a situation, or we have a situation at hand, that the person who declared war on us cannot stop the war. And yet we know war is easy to begin, but to stop it is not easy. We now have even criminality. We hear all kinds of stuff coming from the home about the criminality and all of that. So without education, without skills, our children who are hardworking, we are hardworking people. We cannot even put our own prosperity in line. So what would you do to make sure that the people who are now praying and demanding peace get it as soon as possible and can return home and work for the education of their children, their families, and the prosperity that our people deserve? Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for raising this compelling question. I understand you, madam, but I have a very easy answer. The implementation of my program, I decided that for the time being, I am president-elect. Tomorrow, I will be president of Cameroon, and after tomorrow, president of the Federal Republic of Cameroon. This is in my program. My commitment, first of all, to bring to an end this war the day too when I arrive in power. The day too, I will proclaim the ceasefire. I will, as I said, you see, when I am in the office, the celebration, the day that all Cameroonians will come together in order to celebrate their own victory, because I am only the representative of the will of the people. This day, I would like people from the diaspora, no matter how many they are, we have to make it possible to give them the opportunity to come and celebrate here with us. Madam, this the dual nationality will be given to all our brothers and sisters settled abroad, and for some of them who have already spent years and years, maybe decades, without having opportunity to come here, I just will give them the opportunity to join home, to come here. This is the second phase. This is the first phase, and it is easy to be done. But as far as the federalism is concerned, I will bring together all knowledgeable people in terms of economy, in terms of law, in terms of tradition, all of those who in one way or other, when we organize a round table, a brainstorming around this question, they will enlighten us to let us understand which form of federalism, given the plurality of our tradition, our culture, given the diversity of our natural resources, because we have the privilege by the Lord who bestow us with a lot of natural resources. They expect with the spirit of transcendence. I will put them together to make a concrete proposal. This proposal will be done in such a way to avoid the return of conflict because of misappropriation, mismanagement, frustration, and this and that. So, madam, this is my commitment. This is the most important task that I have to fulfill where I am in office. Indeed, this is not something that can be achieved overnight, which means that when I arrive today after tomorrow, by decree, I do it. Understand what I am saying? But I will join experts nationwide and wherever it is necessary to find knowledgeable people who can enlighten us to avoid mistakes which have been committed and which led to war and destruction, as you know, madam. So believe me, I am the peace. I am the peace, and I can solve this problem without problem.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Secretariat, do you have any questions that have come in?
Yes.
Yeah.
We think we'll go to Barrister Joyce for those.
Okay, Barrister, you have the floor.
Thank you so much. It was such an honor to listen to you, Your Excellency, as you told us what your missions and purpose is. And it gave us a lot of hope, me in particular, to hear the words that you spoke. And we have a couple of questions from some of our detainees, people who have been detained since 2016. And I'll just read the questions as they came. Your Excellency, in 2022, the UN Human Rights Court in Switzerland opined that the abduction of the Naira 10 in Nigeria and their subsequent extradition and imprisonment in Cameroon were both illegal and asked for their immediate release and compensation, which the Biya government has not respected, even though Cameroon is a signatory to the UN and signed international treaties that supersede its national law. As someone who had been falsely detained by the Biya regime, later served as minister in his government, but today you find yourself in exile, how do you feel about the Naira 10? And what message do you have for them?
Madam, I think that I have already solved this problem. When I am in the office, all political prisoners will be released, all of them. It is necessary to be tolerant, to be transcendent, to understand that what took place, which broke many families, which caused the demise of many people, I said that when I am in the office, there will be no more any political prisoner for whichever reason they find themselves in custody. I will liberate them. Immediately they will be released. But all of those are involved in this. I will take the decision in such a way that they will be part of the panel that I'm going to put in place in order from their experience and what their enlightenment, what can they help us achieve in order to avoid it. But as far as the prisoner, what do I think about this and that, madam, all of them have been wrongly imprisoned, but it doesn't matter. They will be released. All the political prisoners, they will be released.
Thank you for that reassuring response. I would ask the second question, which still came from some of the detainees in prison. And it says this: in 2008, the African Court of Justice recognized Southern Cameroonians as a people. And when the Prime Minister at the time, Dr. Dion Ngute, described us as terrorists, the judge asked if terrorists take people to court, and he had no answer to that question. Their ruling was ratified by the African Union, to which Cameroon is a signatory. The question is thus: would you respect the ruling of the African Court recognizing Southern Cameroonians as a people with inherent autonomous and independent rights? If so, how will you go about doing that?
Madam, I am inherited very well-known situation. In my capacity as a head of state, my responsibility is the protection and the promotion of the protection of the continuity of the border inherited from the founding father of our nation. You see, this situation, madam, is very delicate, because if you shake open the Pandora box, the next day, many other people would like to go because of frustration, because of this and that. Let me be there, understand the reason why they are adopting this extreme position, because I will never allow the split of this nation. Never, ever allow this nation to be broken into pieces. Because even right now, you have many areas who many people are not in accordance with what is taking place. We have to combat injustice. Let us be fair. Let us be just. Let us be. Let us understand what moves people. But what I can tell you, madam, people are frustrated because of injustice. If you put in place an independent justice, fair, just in the management and the judgment of any case brought to their knowledge, believe me, this problem will disappear. I will take the decision. I will do whatever is indispensable to be done in order to justice be fair. And during when we put in place the federalism, such a problem will not emerge to the extent that it becomes a problem.
Thank you so much for that answer. I will yield to the other members of the Secretariat to read the questions that have come up in the chat. Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
You're welcome.
Secretariat, you have other questions? We have a few hands up, but let's take the questions that have come in.
Yes, I think I will let Barrister Harmony Bobga ask his question in person. If he's there, just unmute yourself or raise. I see the question, but let him ask it himself.
Barrister, are you there?
Okay, while we are waiting on him, I will go ahead with the next question we have, and you can read the next question.
Okay, Your Excellency, this is the next question. You have recently resided in Gambia. Are there any lessons from the Senegambia experience and history you think are applicable to the East Cameroon, Southern Cameroon's situation? If so, what are they and how are they applicable?
You see, Cameroon has its own specificity. Gambia and Senegal, they have their own specificity. There is no way to translate from one experience to another experience. It is impossible. You have many countries in the world where you have a federalism. In Nigeria, in many other countries, in Egypt, and this and that. You see, I will inspire myself and the expert that I'm going to commit in order to enlighten us, to make a concrete proposal acceptable by us, because those proposals takes into account whatever is indispensable to be taken into account in order to avoid the repetition of mistake. So as far as the Gambia and Senegal is concerned, I say no. There is no need for me to focus the mind on the problem that will not be will not arise in my country, because I say when there is justice, there will be no problem at all, or very little problem that can be addressed. So it's in Gambia. Okay, I am here in Gambia in exile. I hope by the will of the Almighty and the people, very soon I will be taken back home in order to preside over the decision of our nation, all of us together. So Gambia and Senegal, I don't know exactly. Believe me, I don't have a time to focus the mind on what is happening, taking place here. I am overwhelmed by the problem we have at home. I am solicited, you cannot imagine. Even to eat, I don't have enough time to eat. And because I am bearer of hope, I am flag bearer of 30 million of Cameroonians. And I have to be ready to face any problem resulting to this position. But since in Gambia, let them with their own problem. There are other examples that might be more instructive, more who could be more instrumental for the future in order to enlighten us in the future.
Thank you.
To prevent such a problem from occurring in our country.
Thank you. Secretary, over to you. I see we have a...
Yes, some questions. If Professor Nubong wants to read his question, otherwise we'll read it for him. Then we go to Ms. Ewang and then Dr. Chris. So Professor Nubong, you can...
And we have a... Okay. Professor Nubong, are you there? Okay, if Professor Nubong is already...
can just read the question, right? Herman, can you just read the question if he's not there to save time?
Sure. He says, Mr. President, what is your vision for the people of Southern Cameroon to manage their specificity as Anglophones and Southern Cameroonians that came with the Union? Would you be prepared to support the restoration of parliamentary democracy with regional parliament headed by a prime minister in Southern Cameroon, as was in the case in 1961 to 1965?
Well, why not? The problem, we have to commit experts. They will study, they will analyze. Consultation nationwide has to be taking place in order to enlighten us. If it is necessary to have this and that, you see, nothing can last forever. I am here today, President-elect of Cameroon, leader of this nation, but I will not last forever. I don't know the time that the Lord gave me to spend on earth. During that period of time, I have to do what I have to do. So let us put in place our federalism. Let us put it in place. In this federalism, we will find the solution that we are dreaming of. But in case this is not the case, we will find an alternative solution to what you have in mind. Constitution. Let us have our brothers and sisters who bachelor, who are very well educated in this domain. They will enlighten us. I'm going to recruit experts all over the world in order to shed light on what we are doing, to share their own experience, and we will draw the right conclusion after consultation with all of them.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Ewang. Yes, Ms. Ewang, the floor is yours. Unmute yourself.
You can unmute yourself.
Okay, she did.
Cool. Good afternoon, Your Excellency. Good afternoon, everybody. Ms. Lina Wang, based in the United States, coordinator. I was humbled to be nominated by you, and thank you so much for choosing me among many Cameroonians. So for my question, a lot of Cameroonians are saying that why is Mr. Tchiroma in Gambia? Some of us, we know how what you went through to find yourself in Gambia. We know you did not abandon the fight. So my question today is, what will you tell those Cameroonians who are asking that question? Because even if we are giving explanation, they don't believe that you went, like, they feel like you abandoned the fight. What can you tell them? Because many of them are connected, or they will be following this recording later on. What message can you give to them? Thank you. And thank you to Mr. Benaki who is here. Thank you.
I am in good health, very well protected, 24 hours, 7 days a week, open-minded, listening what is taking place at home. You see, the only thing that I can tell you, if I were at home, if I remain at home, remember, dear, please, before the election, Mr. Biya sent the DGRE to come and inform me that he's going to arrest me, as he arrested Marafa, he arrested Atangana Mibara, he arrested Mbungo. I claim to be strong. I'm not as strong as they are. Whatever I do, he will arrest me first, and after 2 months of privation of medicine, I will die. I recorded this message and I air it because in case he arrests me and kill me, this is a premeditation. The reason why this message, I recorded it and broadcast it. I am very much pleased today to be alive. I might have been killed. And even if they did not kill me, this fight would already have come to an end. Because when you are a pistol on your jaw, or silence in one way or other, the fight is finished. The fight is finished. Today I'm fighting, and I am winning this battle, because this is the battle that I must win, because this is not my battle. This is the battle of the people. I am just the representative of the people. I have the will, the commitment, the trust, and whatever is necessary to be successful. They want to know why I am in Gambia. This is not their problem. How did I manage to be here? It is irrelevant. It is really irrelevant. Let them understand that I am in good health, ready to deliver, ready to fight, and this is what I am doing. I am a fighter. I was born a fighter, and this is not my fight. This is the fight of the people, and I am telling the people, you can count on me, and I count on you. Time is coming, maybe tomorrow, maybe after tomorrow, maybe in a week. I don't know exactly, but my commitment is to be in immersion with the people and to let the people be at the helm of their own nation, to take their destiny into their own hand. Time will come when I decide, when all conditions are set, this is what is going to take place within a short period of time. Can't you see, ladies and gentlemen, that our country is brought to a standstill? Can't you see that nothing is operational in our country? After 9 or 10 months of the presidential election, no government, nothing. And even the nation is bankrupt. The vessel that we call Republic is about to collapse, to capsize. It is about to. And this is not my reading. This is the reading of all experts. The state is in bankruptcy.
Dr. Chris is next.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. It's so nice to see you. And we're all really pleased to know that you're in good health. I want to thank you so much for the respect that you've always had towards our people. We saw that in your commitment to attend this town hall and to engage with our fellow compatriots in the diaspora, but also around the world, including back home. As the moderator said, this program is being streamed live on multiple platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, and many others. So you're being listened to, not just by diaspora members from Southern Cameroons, diaspora members from all of Cameroon across the globe, but also from our 30+ million compatriots back home. Many of us were very pleased with your efforts in 2025. We saw how you campaigned in Bamenda, in Boya, in Limbe, and we were very struck when you went to Bamenda and you openly said you wanted to apologize to our people for the destruction, the atrocities, the killings that they had succumbed or that had been imposed on them for, at the time, 8 years, now going to 9 years of conflict. That was very heartwarming. And what you've said today about the fact that your openness, first to free political prisoners and to sit down with experts across the board to listen to them and find a new path forward, is very promising. As some of the speakers have said, it gives a lot of hope. And so my question for you is, now that we're on the eve of change, what message can you deliver to Cameroonians back home and around the world for what to expect in the days ahead, because they're eager to see you return and assume your rightful position as came out of the ballot box in October 2025? And then, will you instruct your team to set up a permanent line of conversation and communication with this platform so that some of the issues that have been raised can then be discussed and studied and documented, so that when you get into office and you're sworn in, these issues can be channeled to you properly at a time when you have the latitude to be able to make decisions and see them implemented. But Your Excellency, it's such a pleasure to see you, and thank you for making the time to come talk to us and to our fellow compatriots about your hopes and expectations for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. I am the one of the most happiest men on earth today, because I am at the service of the people. At my age, the Lord gave me the opportunity to be who I am. This is the purpose of all politicians. My political career has been crowned by the Lord to make me the servant of our nation. I am here to serve the nation. You see, in my reign, there will be no corruption. There will be no corruption. Before I enter into the office, I will abide by the Article 66 of our Constitution. You have to know who is Tchiroma. So, being so proud and grateful to the Lord who gave me the opportunity to be what I am today, my fellow compatriot will be very much pleased with me, because my experience, I spent time in prison, more than 6 years. I might have been killed there many times. I have been the founding father of the coordination, the Frondi, led Frondi, and other, Ebo and other. I have been one of the founding father of coordination of political party. I was involved in all the political fight in my life, because I was born a fighter to protect justice. Caring and sharing, this is my philosophy. So as far as those who do not know exactly what I am doing, I have many teams. I have an expert, renowned expert. We are capable of starting the next day of our arrival in power. I have already a team which is working. I have a team. Let all Cameroonians know that we are ready. We are ready. We are ready. So I would like to thank you for this marvelous question. Permanent line, yes, I have an expert. A while ago, I listened to Abdulaziz, one of the experts, and have many lecturers of university. There are many of them who are ready to supplement, who are ready to give me the necessary support in case I am not enlightened, in case I don't have enough instrument which enable me to penetrate, to decode, to decipher the situation. I have the necessary expertise. But as you know, the leader is not somebody who knows everything. No. The leader is somebody who's capable of identifying the expert, the expertise, and make a good use of them in a most appropriate manner. This is the spirit which is animating us. This is the advice that I receive from all my advisors, and I am very much delighted and pleased. This question, let them forward them to me. In case I didn't properly answer, my expert will examine if there are some aspect that deserve to be brought to my knowledge with a specification. They are going to doing it, but I am ready.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency.
So, Mr. Pafrung Kimbang, you have the floor. Ask Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. I thank God, Your Excellency, for your good health and your good spirit. My name is Fru Kimbang, coming to you from Boston, host of African Hour since 2000. Your Excellency, I have listened to you and your wonderful introductory speech. You have mentioned several times federalism. Could you please, in your opinion, tell us what kind of federalism you envision for Cameroon? Thank you, sir, and God bless you.
Thank you. There is one form of federalism I will accept and adopt. The federalism which brings together all Cameroonians from wherever they are. The federalism which will enable me to rescue those who are in problem. The federalism which will enable all Cameroonians to feel at home, to be ready, to be committed, to be involved in the process of the making of the nation. That reason why I say I'm a politician. I'm a politician. I'm not an expert in the domain of judiciary, but I am a politician. I will commit the expert. You, where you are in United States, wherever there are experts, my team, take the issue to my team in order to enlighten me. The kind of federalism I want is the most humane federalism, which give equal chance, equal opportunity. The son of a soldier, the son of agriculture, of a farmer, must have the possibility to become head of state, to become minister, to become expert in any other areas. We are human beings. Let us celebrate what we are, because all of us, we are the son and daughter of the same creator. If this is your spirit, if this is your mind, nothing can bother you. You see, the privilege that I do have, the wealth, yes, it is good, but it has never disturb me otherwise. You see, the reason why I say when I am in office, do what you want, but don't touch what belongs to the people. The protection is there. I will put enough deterrent to prevent, to discourage, to prevent people from wronging himself to touch what is forbidden.
Okay, follow up, Your Excellency. Is it the kind of federalism of assimilation or the kind of federalism of maintaining individual identity and moving for us to move together as a whole?
You see, I am open, as you said in English, open and minded. The expert will tell me what is the best for Cameroonian. The expert brainstorming the question, sitting around the table and discuss, because we have to prepare the heritage that we are going to hand over to our daughters and so on to the next generation. Let us not put them at the tight corner. Let us be open. Let us be generous. Let us look forward to the future. You see, today you are marvelous, you are rich, tomorrow you will be poor. Yesterday you were poor, tomorrow you will be rich. This is how life operates. When you have this in mind, nothing can bother you. You see, you are free. Let us be free and let the expert enlighten us to tell us where lies the best. And we always choose the best for my people.
Thank you.
Thank you. We would take some questions. Okay, somebody, okay. Go ahead, Mr. Unmute yourself, Mr. Mfo. Yeah, unmute yourself. Can you hear?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, His Excellency Issa Tchiroma. Also feel touched for engaging with your people and with the Southern Cameroon. I wish to ask you if you recognize the boundaries between the boundary stones between Southern Cameroon and the French-speaking Cameroon. That's my first question. Secondly, the type of federation that our previous colleague asked, is it 10-state federation or a federation between Southern Cameroons and the French-speaking Cameroon? Then my last question is, if you recognize us as being Cameroonian as a whole, during the rise in 2016 that you apologize for, the type of killing that took place, burning villages all over Southern Cameroon, killing our people. And when you lose the election, you won the election, Paul Biya, as you said, you ran away, which I really appreciate, save your life first. Nobody wants to lose souls. We know how strong they are. It's not only the capitalism of the world, not only them that are fighting Cameroon as a whole and us. Now, why was the same that act of burning villages didn't take place during the time that you won that election, but they did that to Southern Cameroon? I hear.
You see, when they proclaimed the result of the election, I was threatened. When I was in my house in Garwa, I was threatened. Many informers, people of the service, were surrounding my house to know comes in and go out. It was impossible to know what is taking place because I knew, as a Biya warned me, that if he arrests me, will jail me or kill me. I was very much cautious, very much prudent, not to expose myself uselessly. And when the threat became imminent, and I understood that if I stay at home 15 minutes more, something may happen. The Lord, I can't tell you exactly what happened and how it happened. I can tell you that the Lord protected me. The Lord protected me. And there is an issue. Why haven't there been the burning, the killing? I don't know. This is not Tchiroma who can answer this question. The bandit, the gangster, those who are at the helm today, those who are illegitimate and illegal, who are exercising wrongly power, who are abusing and killing people. Raise the question to them, not me. I am a victim. I'm a victim. And I will never allow what happened to me, what happened to you, happen again. Because this is the wound. It has created a wound very, very difficult to heal. See? So when I am in the office, we have to organize maybe many ceremonies. Truth and reconciliation as the other country did it, in order to listen, in order to understand what wrong were committed by who, and in order to apologize, in order to discourse, to forgive, to understand, to forgive each other, in order to move forward. Because all of us, either we like it or not, we are obliged, we are condemned to live together. This being the case, then why to be enemy to each other as we are condemned to live together? So we have to organize ourselves, and make it possible that your right is protected. Let you be poor, let you be rich, no matter who you are, you have to have the possibility to protect your right and to enjoy your right. And the administration has the right to enable you to enjoy your right.
Thank you, Your Excellency. It looks like we are running out of time. I would plead with you to take just one more question. We have a lot of questions, and I think that's why Dr. Chris Fomunyo was alluding to you to instruct your team to keep communication lines open so we could forward to you concerns of the people. Why don't we just ask Secretariat, with your permission, Dr. Charles Agbo had asked to speak before we started. Could we just give him the last chance and apologize to other hands that are up? Then we would continue through communication channels with His Excellency. Dr. Charles Agbo, are you there? Dr. Agbo, unmute yourself. Your camera is on, but your microphone is off. Let me ask him to unmute.
Yes, this is Info.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I'm on now. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, and thank you, Your Excellency, for your bravery. First of all, because it is not easy to stand against a rogue regime, and I will thank you for that. But my first question to you is that: do you agree that the union between Southern Cameroons and La Republic of Cameroon has failed? And that we have seen this failure in the thousands of our people in prison, in the thousands killed, and in the hundreds of villages burned. Now, that's the first question. The second question, so do you also agree that between, in effect, what I want to say is that Southern Cameroonians don't need anyone to give them anything. Southern Cameroonians want to give to themselves what they deserve, because only only we can give to ourselves what we need, what we want. Now, colonization construct new identities. Okay, colonization construct new identities, and these identities are not superficial; they are deep, they are systemic. For example, your country, the Republic of Cameroon, is a centralized state, whereas us, Southern Cameroonians, we have a decentralized structure. Now, how are we going to resolve these things? Bearing in mind that at least we want a rational person to be on the other side of the table. That's why we are supporting you. Because we don't want to deal with rogues. We want someone who is rational, who can understand issues. So how are you going to deal with these issues? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very tiny issue, but I don't know the reason why you want me to express my opinion in a problem which will no longer exist so soon as I arrive in power in the day or months to come. Why would you like me to spend time? I am not the author of this problem, but I inherited the problem. I will not escape them. We have to thoroughly and deeply look into it in order to find the right solution. I'm not the maker of this, but I inherited. There is a lot of jaundice. There is a lot of hatred. There is a lot of aversion. I understand. But only forgiveness can help us accept each other, to live with each other, to tolerate, to pardon, and to turn the page. I don't say to forget, no, to keep in mind, but to transcend and to move forward. You see, let me spend my time with the expert. All those questions that you have mentioned should be brought onto the to the table. They have to be brought to the knowledge of those who tomorrow will help us address and solve the problem. Understand what I mean? No issue will be taboo. People have been killed. Farmers have been destroyed. Farms have been destroyed. All those problems have to be brought to the knowledge. We have to bring them to surface in order to spiritually, morally, psychologically, in order to allay the burden which is crushing us. The way that you raise this issue indicate that up until now you are suffering. You are suffering in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. You are suffering, but you have to. We have to exorcise. I don't know how you say it in.
Exorcise. That's the same thing, right?
Yeah, we have to do this. We have to do this. Let us not die with hatred. No. You have been victimized. You suffered. They kill brothers, sister, family. They destroy property. This is enshrined in your soul, in your mind. But it becomes a burden that you are carrying every day. It must never be a burden that prevents you from enjoying the moment, the instant that God gave you to be a good use of it. You see, I'm not giving you a lesson, not at all. I'm not here to lecture, not at all. I apologize. I wouldn't like this to be your understanding, but in my capacity as a leader, as somebody who has suffered, I have suffered in my life. You cannot imagine I've suffered. But from that, I draw a lesson. I draw a lesson to forgive and to move forward, but to protect yourself, but to take any preventive measure to prevent this from reoccurring, to prevent this from happening again. It happened, we have to draw a lesson, and take any meaningful decision, related decision, in order to avoid the repetition, and in order to make on transcend. We have to be greater than the problem that is okay. We have to be stronger. We have to elevate our soul to forgive and to move forward. And we have to take all measures to prevent this forever to come back again.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I said that would be the last question, but I think I lied. We have a chief, one of our chiefs in our midst, and he wants to ask you a question. And out of respect for our institutions, please indulge us and let Chief Luma ask you his question. Chief Luma, can you unmute yourself? And that will be the last question, and then we'll round up. Chief Luma, are you there?
He's still muted. Has somebody, Herman, have you asked Chief Luma to unmute? All right, I think we've asked him to unmute. Chief Luma, if you can unmute yourself, you do so. The Secretariat has asked you to unmute. Okay, well.
There's something wrong with me. I don't have enough knowledge to come back to where I were.
No.
Your Excellency, you're fine. You are fine, and Chief Luma is also fine.
Yeah. Chief Luma, go ahead. Ask Your Excellency your question, so we can.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Yes, His Excellency. Yeah, we can see you. Okay. You're fine. Chief Luma is still on mute. Still muted. I don't know, but if he can.
Yes.
Press the unmute button. Press the microphone button on your phone so you can unmute yourself.
You mean me?
No, His Excellency, Chief Luma.
Okay.
Chief Luma, can you unmute?
Yes, okay. I did.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Great.
Okay. Thank you, Your Excellency. I am so infatuated, and I'm so happy with the fact that you have really proven yourself a total Cameroonian, very bilingual. That's my first impression. And I will go straight to my question. The first question I want to ask you is this, that like some who started, we said that from 1961, we came as two entities, were two states that came together as two entities. And it was agreed that, maybe I want to tell you what I want to remind you something so that you will know that I'm talking also from a foundation that is real. I would say I'm about your age. Me and you are maybe age mates. I want you to know that. So what I'm saying, I'm not guessing. I'm saying what I know. It was agreed that because we came as two entities, that's why we went into West Cameroon and East Cameroon. And the understanding was that the helm of the state will have to rotate, where we have a French-speaking president. After the term of office will come an English-speaking president. That is the first question. The second question is, following what we are all saying, should we go into the federation? Are you going to allow us, of the Southern Cameroonians, to maintain our tradition in education, in law, that we practice what we were groomed, we came up with, so that we move smoothly, just as it was in those good old days of West Cameroon and East Cameroon? I agree that somebody asked the other question where, as West Cameroon, we will have our own House of Assembly, we will have our Prime Minister, will have. You say that one is no problem, so I'm not going back to it. Lastly, we know that we have, if we actually are decolonized, we have been decolonized. Are you going to stand firm to see that we run our affairs without any external influence from our colonial masters? Because we, the English people, have hands up from us. We don't have any problem. They have never interfered with our. That's why we have we are with them in the Commonwealth. Is it going to be the same that the French will leave us on our own with your administration, with you being there? I know it's a difficult question, but it must be asked. Thank you, my brothers.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Your Excellency, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
But we cannot see you.
But this is the problem. It is unfortunate that in this new technology, I am sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I am not smart enough to address this issue. You see, I am an engineer by training. I'm engineer by training. But now I am completely outdated, But I don't spend time to learn. You see, I have other issue more important and urgent to address. So you raise a very important question. We are about to put in place a federation suitable to many things. Our tradition, the community of our destiny, and all those problems. As I already said, this is not the problem that I can answer you right now. But my responsibility is to see to it that you are happy to be what you are in the new state that we are going to be together. It is almost impossible to please all the people all the time. But the minimum indispensable to enable each other to entertain himself, to feel free himself, to feel part of this great nation himself. This is the philosophy, this is the mindset that will inspire me, will enable me. You traditional, you know I am Tchiroma. I am a notable. Tchiroma is not a name, as you know, it is a title. I am a Tchiroma. You see, I will privilege the tradition. I'm going to doing it. You have to have the necessary prestige. I can see how traditional rulers are in Nigeria, for example. I can see. Very impressive, very important. Why not to copy what is good somewhere if it does not jeopardize or endanger the fundamental aspect of the existence? Let us go around, visit other countries. How are they living with their tradition? What kind of innovation? What kind of concession? Whatever does not contradict the law, whatever cannot prevent our nation from moving forward will be adopted. But once again, the expert, and among the experts, the traditional rulers. I will rehabilitate, I will promote the function, the responsibility of traditional ruler. I am more notable. I am Tchiroma in our tradition, Garwa, and I will make a good use of my position. You have to use my position as a leverage to promote our tradition with regard to modernity with regard to law and constitution.
Thank you, Your Excellency. As we round up, I would like to call on Mike to summarize for our French-speaking Francophone brothers and sisters who want to get an idea of what has been discussed during this town hall. If Mike is there, unmute yourself. Mike?
Yes, it's good to be with President-elect Tchiroma on this call today.
No, Mike. I'm talking about Mike of President Tchiroma's team.
So, Mike, yes. Yes. Andre is there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm always here, Michael, because.
Okay, okay, Amon, so you can go ahead.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, yes, Amon, go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much. So I will summarize in French and thanks everyone for their question. Le président Issa Tchiroma Bakary s'est entretenu de façon exercée, approfondie et solennelle avec ses compatriotes du Southern Cameroon à l'invitation d'une organisation qui a établi une tradition d'échange à travers le Town Hall. Cet après-midi, 3 principaux points ont été abordés par le président Issa Tchiroma Bakary. Le premier point a concerné la question essentielle de la restauration du pouvoir du président élu à la suite de l'élection présidentielle du 12 octobre 2025 au Cameroun. À partir de
Oh non.
À partir de cela, le président Issa Tchiroma Bakary a exprimé un engagement solennel. Il a maintenu l'engagement qu'il a rappelé de façon circonstanciée, de façon aboutie et de façon déterminée depuis quelques mois à travers ces messages d'appel à la diaspora, d'appel à la nation, d'appel aux forces de défense et de sécurité, afin qu'une mobilisation de tous les instants soit celle des citoyens camerounais pour le rétablissement de la vérité des yeux. Ensuite, le président Issa Tchiroma Bakary s'est exprimé à travers les réponses aux questions sur des points cruciaux. Le premier concerne les premières mesures qu'il prendrait en tant que président de la République du Cameroun une fois son pouvoir rétabli. La première mesure serait le rétablissement du fédéralisme dans notre pays. Notre pays a connu le fédéralisme de 1961 à 1972 et cette période a été une période d'expérimentation des formes de gouvernance, des formes de décentralisation, des formes d'administration autonome par les populations à la base de leurs propres affaires. Et à partir de cela, le président Issa Tchiroma s'est engagé pour que des experts, un collège d'experts élargi à l'ensemble des forces vives de la nation, parmi la diaspora également, puissent plancher sur les différentes options qui seront sur la table concernant la forme de l'État au Cameroun, qui n'est plus, pour sa part, une question taboue. En se rendant à Bamenda, en se rendant dans le nord-ouest-sud-ouest, à l'entame de la campagne pour l'élection présidentielle, il s'était engagé en reconnaissant à la fois ses erreurs
Mr. Moderator, we're having trouble again with our guests. If you can just let him know, so probably if he doesn't move, then probably the rest can be posted.
Amon. Oh my God.
Let him turn off his camera and just go by audio. It might work.
Yes. Amon, turn off your camera. Your bandwidth is not enough. Amon, if you can hear us, turn off your camera. It's literally freezing. Okay, that's unfortunate. If Mr. Chinje is here, maybe he can summarize that. Mr. Eric Chinje. Okay, unfortunately, he's not here. So I would apologize to the many hands and people who have come out here to for this town hall meeting, the first of His Excellency. Your Excellency.
I think that Mr. Chinje is here. We should try to.
Eric is here. Maybe we.
Oh, he's here.
Okay, he's unmuted now. He can come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Please turn on your camera if you can.
Yes, his camera is on. Secretary, could you pin Mr. Chinje?
Yeah, spotlight him. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you. And now I think the essential statements that the president made. Am I supposed to say this in English or in French?
English.
Oh, okay.
I think Amon said it in French, so it will really be nice for you to capture it in English as well, right? I mean, and if you after that, you are the journalist, you can decide what you want to do. That
okay. No. Let me just say that quickly. Then I mean, I maybe the president has left already, but the essence of what he was saying was, one, we have to figure out together how we live together, and he's willing to open up that discussion. We must have it. And we get into a form of federalism where everybody finds where the critical mass, where the majority of Cameroonians can agree to live by the new rules. Something fundamental has to change. I've seen questions about will the French and allow us to do what we have to. That will be past history. I think President Tchiroma, I don't know if he's still there, but I talked enough with him to know.
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, Your Excellency.
Okay, I'm there.
Yes. He's very clear about this. We will move into a new dispensation, political dispensation, where every Cameroonian will be given a chance to contribute and to feel at home. If we don't feel at home, he recognizes all the problems that have happened, all the deaths, all the pain, all the suffering, the farms that have been destroyed, the villages destroyed. There's a lot to complain about and not move forward. But he is making a statement clearly. He will create the circumstances where we can all come together. Not we can express regrets, but we look forward to make Cameroon a better place. We are condemned to live together in that geography. We are. We are in that triangle. How do we fix it so that every child, I've heard him even use those words, every child and the children of our children, how do we fix it so that everybody can have their piece of that cake? No longer, he keeps talking about, himself. We talk about the declaration of assets. He's talked about that. You know who Tchiroma is on day one. I want to use this opportunity, now that he is here, I want to use this opportunity to tell you about the man I know. And it's important. In 2003, in the lead up to the elections in 2004, Mr. Tchiroma was the loudest voice from the Grand Nord, what was called the Grand Nord. What at the time included Garoua, which is today the north, Ngaoundéré, which is today Adamawa, and Maroua, which is today l'extrême nord, far north. He was the main voice. I came to Cameroon and I was reading all these things that he had been writing. And I wanted to know who this man was, so I went and I saw him. I was in his house. And then the discussion now turned to the opposition needs to come up with a single candidate. We discussed it. I went, and it turned out the leaders of the opposition at the time there was him, there was me, John Frundi, there was Ndamjoya, and a host of other people, Bidzigie, whom I met in his house all the time. And I went to, they were talking, but they couldn't come together. Ndamjoya was very hesitant about Tchiroma. Tchiroma didn't even want to hear about Ndamjoya. Frundi was the same. He was having his doubts. But then they eventually agreed to sit together and speak. They eventually agreed in 2004 to sit together and speak. And Mr. Tchiroma, who was very politically attuned, came up with a plan to find that single candidate. You have all these people who want to be presidents, but how do we eventually find that one candidate? They came up with a plan. They all agreed to that plan. And they started electing based on the plan until he himself, who could have, he had a big constituency, but he was willing to stand back and to let that process go. It eventually came down to two people, Ndamjoya and Frundi. And then there was the final vote. And in that final vote, Ndamjoya, whom Mr. Tchiroma had told me is a hypocrite, he doesn't like him, but he was the one who went to Ndamjoya and brought him into the thing, and went to Frundi, brought him in, went to the others, brought them in. When it eventually came down to those two people, Ndamjoya and Frundi, at the last election, Ndamjoya was selected. Listen, guys, Ndamjoya was selected. And I was in the United States. I called John Frundi, and he told me, no, he cannot accept that. He said he cannot accept that. And then, of course, Ndamjoya says, if Frundi is not coming along, this is not going to work. So that effort to have a single candidate collapsed. This is the truth. And when I spoke to Mr. Tchiroma after that, he told me, this opposition is not going to save Cameroon. And it is after that that he opened up to discussing with the government and eventually joined the government. I can tell you from the deepest parts of my heart, I came to respect Mr. Tchiroma based on what he did, how he brought them together, how he pulled himself out. And when he saw that it had failed, the opposition was not going to save Cameroon, he thought, instead of wasting his life, let him work with this government. And of course, we saw what happened, the difficulties. So I say this so that we know who the man is. He's a man of principle. He's a man who loves the country like everybody does, but is willing to even give up his own interests for the sake of the country. And this is the first time I'm saying this in his presence. But I've said it on other platforms, and it is the truth. And that's what's going to save us as a nation. Truth will save Cameroon as a nation. And every one of you, and too many of you, are driven by self-interest. But please, when it comes to Cameroon, let us allow what works, what is truth, to drive us. And we will find happiness. We will build a nation that the world will come and see. And I think, as we all say, it has to be federalism where there's autonomy, where the power, as John Frundi used to say, is with the people, so that power leaves from the ground up and not from the up down. That's the problem we have in Cameroon. And I think that's what Mr. Tchiroma is telling us. I will come down to the level of the people. I will let that power grow from them. I will listen to them. So I don't know. I'm not a spokesperson here, but let me just say, that's what I thought I should say. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that eloquent
Yes,
introduction.
Mr. Moderator.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Eric. I am going to break protocol, His Excellency, and ask, we were done with questions, but a very important question has come in that I will pose to you from the Secretariat, and we just confirm. This comes from one of the fighting groups on the ground, popularly known as Amber Boys. And so I think I have a question. And the question is, do you have a plan to integrate or rehabilitate the Southern Cameroon fighters, those popularly known as Amber Boys, should you take power as president? And what is that plan?
Well, thank you for raising this fundamental issue, this very important question. I think that on a daily basis, we aggress and we offend the rule and the law put in place by the Lord himself, then he forgives us, provided that we do not repeat the mistake that we have committed. Amber boys, they are Cameroonian. They are Cameroonian. I can never and will never reject any Cameroonian. But I said one thing. Such a problem has already taken place somewhere in the world. Let us learn and see how did they solve the problem. No Cameroonian will be put aside because any past action or activity. No Cameroonian. This is my commitment. If you are not capable of forgiving, you are not worthy of coming and work with President Tchiroma. Amber boys, I don't know what exactly had taken place. We have to be sincere with ourselves, be open-minded, and give the opportunity to those who committed wrong to redeem themselves, to rehabilitate themselves, and to be integrated in the society. Because what are you going to do with them? If they have committed something wrong, something detestable, but what are you going to do with them? It is already done. Now, I will put in place a commission, Truth and Reconciliation, to understand exactly what has taken place. Okay, we discover what has taken place. If apology is necessary, we are going to apologize. What part will be the one of the state in the compensation in this and that? We are going to see. But Amber boy, they are Cameroonian. No matter what they committed, they are Cameroonian. We are not going to throw them into bush. No, not at all. Let Amber boy realize that at the given time of their existence, they committed something which is wrong. The new Cameroon will welcome, including those who at any given time in their life, for one reason or other, happen to commit something which is wrong. But if you commit something wrong, you apologize. You excuse what you did because it is wrong. Because if not, what are you going to do with Amber boy? I will not sacrifice Amber boy. They are Cameroonian, but we have to find means and way to address this issue because many people may find themselves offended. They may be tortured. They saw their relative being killed. Something, yeah. During the war, it is possible. It happened in war, in period of war. They might be utilized as a tool, as device that war leader from somewhere else use them to solve their own problem. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So as far as the Amber boys are concerned, no, we have to find common solution. I will not impose, but I say we have to be capable of understanding, forgiving, and move forward. This is my position.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I think Amon is back. Amon would finish what he was summarizing in French, and then we would wrap up so His Excellency can take care of other business. Amon, are you there? Amon, unmute yourself.
Yes, okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Ok, thank you so much. Oui, j'ai abordé les deux points qui ont été à l'ordre du jour cet après-midi à la suite de l'intervention du président élu. Le troisième point concernait, et il vient de l'aborder, les questions de réconciliation nationale. Il s'est exprimé avec beaucoup d'emphase sur les questions de réconciliation nationale, concernant la question des Ambaboy, il en a parlé, concernant le fait et la nécessité qu'il y avait pour les Camerounais de ne pas sombrer dans la haine, concernant le fait qu'il fallait que notre pays puisse franchir ce pas, franchir ce cap, afin qu'effectivement une réconciliation nationale puisse amener une nouvelle cohésion au Cameroun. Et il a réitéré son engagement concernant la question fédérale, il a réitéré son engagement concernant la question de la forme de l'État, à mettre en place un comité d'experts, un groupe d'experts pour que la meilleure forme de fédéralisme possible, la meilleure forme de fédéralisme qui favorise le développement à la base, qui favorise l'épanouissement des Camerounais, puisse être insisté. Voilà en quelques points résumés, le propos du président élu Issa Tchiroma Bakary cet après-midi dans le cadre du temps pour. Je vais donc passer la parole au président élu pour ses dernières conclusions.
Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Yes, bien. As I spoke long in English, allow me in 2 minutes to conclude in French. Je suis très heureux, je suis très content de me retrouver parmi mes frères et sœurs de la zone anglophone. Je peux vous dire une chose aujourd'hui, vraiment, et je le dis sincèrement, la langue que j'aime le plus, c'est l'anglais. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. I was saying that la langue que je préfère aujourd'hui, c'est l'anglais. Pourquoi? Parce que j'ai appris l'anglais dans des conditions extrêmement difficiles de mon existence. J'ai fait toutes mes études en France où je suis resté 8 ans pour faire plusieurs écoles. Mais quand je suis rentré au Cameroun, je ne savais pas dire un seul traître mot en anglais. Mais comme la politique est mon métier et que je ne parlais pas anglais, mon créateur m'a donné l'opportunité d'être en prison. Oui, c'est curieux, mais c'est comme ça. Dans la douleur, dans la souffrance, j'ai décidé de mettre à profit mon séjour en prison pour apprendre à parler l'anglais. Alors, j'ai passé donc beaucoup de temps, j'étais à Londres parce que nous étions en quarantaine. Quand on est prisonnier politique, évidemment, on est coupé du reste du monde. On n'avait pas de professeur. Je le faisais tout seul. Bref, aujourd'hui, l'anglais, c'est la langue que j'aime le plus. Et je ferai tout pour polir, pour mieux comprendre cette langue, pour être en mesure de m'exprimer autant que je le fais en français. J'essaye déjà, mais il y a encore du chemin à faire. Alors, je dis donc une fois de plus, nous, Camerounais, nous devons comprendre une chose. Il y a une menace existentielle qui pèse sur nous. Biya veut étouffer la volonté du peuple. Biya veut réduire la volonté du peuple au silence. C'est une menace existentielle. Aucun Camerounais ne devait accepter que ce monsieur-là bafouille la volonté d'un peuple. Le peuple camerounais, c'est 30 millions de Camerounais. J'ai aujourd'hui une armée de 30 millions de Camerounais qui sont prêts à en découdre parce que sa volonté doit être respectée. M. Biya doit comprendre que la volonté du peuple, c'est sacré et c'est saint. Et la désacralisation de la volonté du peuple a un coût. Et si telle était sa volonté, il faut absolument qu'il se prépare donc à payer ce prix. Le peuple a décidé et son choix doit être respecté. C'est la volonté du peuple. Aussi longtemps que je serai vivant, aussi longtemps que j'aurai cette force-là, je dis je me battrai. Je me battrai non seulement pour que triomphe la volonté du peuple, ça, il n'y a rien à faire. Les jours à venir, peut-être les mois à venir, tel sera le cas, n'est-ce pas? Parce que le peuple camerounais, au sein duquel je suis ici et avec lequel je suis en immersion, ce peuple-là, je l'écoute. J'écoute le battement de son cœur. Et parce que, à mon âge, c'est ce qui me reste à faire, c'est-à-dire apporter le maximum que je peux le temps que j'aurai encore la possibilité de vivre. Je suis très heureux d'avoir pris part à cette émission. On a dit beaucoup de choses, mais je répète, qu'on soit anglophone, qu'on soit francophone, il y a une menace terrible. Biya veut étouffer la volonté du peuple. Je l'ai battu à près de vraiment presque 80%. Ça, il faut qu'ils comprennent que le monde a changé. On n'acceptera jamais que son fils lui succède. On n'acceptera jamais qu'il désigne quelqu'un d'autre, quelqu'un autre que celui de la volonté du peuple. Il ne faut pas qu'il se leurre. Il ne faut pas qu'il se trompe. La volonté du peuple triomphe, la volonté du peuple triomphera. Et que le peuple soit prêt donc à assumer cela. Moi, mon armée, c'est le peuple. Évidemment, naturellement, lorsqu'un peuple est opprimé, et comme c'est le cas du peuple camerounais, toutes les institutions internationales donnent au peuple la possibilité de choisir le meilleur instrument pour se libérer. Pour l'instant, je voudrais que ce soit la volonté populaire, mais nous n'excluons aucune possibilité. Si d'aventure, M. Biya, heureusement, ça n'arrivera pas, parce que plus de 70% des Camerounais ont voté, de l'armée ont voté pour moi, et aujourd'hui, j'apprends qu'il y a encore beaucoup d'hommes en tenue, beaucoup même des gradés également aujourd'hui me soutiennent dans cette quête. C'est simple, c'est normal, c'est la volonté du peuple. La volonté du peuple est une loi absolue. Personne ne doit y déroger. Et quiconque se met au travers de la volonté du peuple en récoltera les conséquences. Quiconque se met au travers de la volonté du peuple en récoltera des conséquences. Je vous remercie infiniment de m'avoir donné cette opportunité, mais je voudrais aujourd'hui, il n'y a pas de francophone, il n'y a pas d'anglophone lorsque la volonté du peuple est l'enjeu d'une bataille. Et c'est le cas aujourd'hui. La volonté du peuple est l'enjeu de la bataille. Nous n'accepterons jamais qu'il y ait une transition clanique ou dynastique. Pas plus que nous n'accepterons que quelqu'un qui n'est pas élu de la volonté du peuple soit désigné pour lui succéder. Il se trompe. Nous n'accepterons jamais et nous dirons au peuple, nous dirons à nos forces de défense et de sécurité de se mettre en tenue civile ou en tenue même militaire non armée pour se joindre à notre combat pour qu'on libère notre nation. Le principal objectif que nous devons améter aujourd'hui, c'est de libérer notre nation de l'occupation aujourd'hui de la mafia, des gangsters qui ont pillé, qui ont martyrisé, qui ont assassiné. Le moment est venu pour le peuple aujourd'hui de se sentir peuple et de se préparer à prendre son destin. Voilà ce que j'ai à vous dire une fois de plus. Merci de m'avoir donné cette opportunité. Je vous remercie. I'm very much grateful for having had this opportunity. Today, I played the game. Tomorrow, I will be ready to do it for as long as you will feel the need, the necessity to get me involved in such a marvelous and wonderful process. Thank you very much. May the Lord protect ourselves. May the Lord bless our nation, protect our nation, our people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And sorry. Oh, sorry, I thought someone said, no, thank you very much, Your Excellency. As we bring this 95th session of the Southern Cameroons International Town Hall to an end, I wish on behalf of the Secretariat and the organizing team to thank Your Excellency sincerely and our distinguished guests for accepting this invitation. Today's engagement has reaffirmed the importance of dialogue as a pathway to understanding. We have listened, reflected, and exchanged views on matters that touch deeply on our collective history, our present realities, and our aspirations for the future. We extend our gratitude to all participants, and in the days ahead, the Southern Cameroons International Town Hall will continue consultations with relevant stakeholders and members of our community to develop principles and frameworks for broader inclusive discussions. Again, on behalf of all Southern Cameroonians and the people in back home and in the diaspora, we say thank you, Your Excellency. This platform is your platform. You're welcome anytime. Just let us know, and we would organize more sessions like this. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you. May the Lord bless you.
Amen.
And let you be successful in this marvelous undertaking. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Amen.
Thank you. Merci.
So for those of us who are staying back as His Excellency exits, Dr. Edmond, go ahead. You're on. Or Francis, sorry, Francis, my co-moderator, go ahead.
No, I think that maybe Doc wanted to say something, but if the floor is we're going to continue with the rest of the program. We'll have the opportunity to sit and deliberate as Southern Cameroonians and the rest of our guests on some of the conversations that we've had. Again, we take the opportunity to apologize for those who did not have the opportunity to call them up or to bring their questions up to the floor. Those that have been submitted to the Secretariat will collect them and forward it to His Excellency's office. And then we'll continue the conversation here. The town hall is back, and we're going to give announcements at the next subsequent sessions.
So I can, Mr. Moderator, you're putting me on the spot. I really was not about to say anything, but now that you put me on the spot, let me just say that, you know, it's the essence of a town hall where you have to bring everybody together, different opinions, different views, right? And I think that one of the things that people really have got to take out of this town hall is the engagement. And I know when Mr. Chinje actually talked about maybe people condemning to living in the triangle that is today the Cameroons, I think you could see some reaction on the chat about the international. I mean, but I think we have to look at what the fact that, you know, any person, and this is the reason why nobody wants a failed state on their borders, even if as is the wish of all Southern Cameroonians, tomorrow we get our country, you also need to use it as a platform to fight for the liberation of the people of you know, the East Cameroon, or as Chief Luma had mentioned, you know, I think as somebody who lived it, you know, the days, the halcyon days of Cameroon were probably the days when many of us were not yet born. And those were the days when actual federalism, which was founded on that people's power at that level, actually rested. I mean, was in effect. So I think we have to like reflect on this and say to ourselves, we don't know the very fact that anybody now is beginning to think about that form of state now is actually on the table. It is for us Southern Cameroonians to decide what that form of state, what that form of state, in our quest for our self-determination, which is a right that we cannot cede to anybody. And it is a right that we're not asking somebody to give us that right. It's our inherent human right. And we are the people who would determine how that right is exercised. But we must also realize the fact that we have to have, you know, over the years, the biggest problem we've had is on the other side, we've not had any person on the other side to dialogue with. And paradoxically, as a form of projection, they've always been claiming that there was nobody on our side to dialogue with. Today, we're having somebody who actually got the votes of millions of, you know, Cameroonians, majority votes, overwhelmingly, who is actually saying, yes, I'm actually willing to sit down and dialogue. And I do not expect that, and he reminded us, first of all, he's a politician, but more importantly, I think that there are strategies that are developed in private and their conversation. I look at these people, Southern Cameroonians should take this as a point of entry, as a point of beginning to talk about dialogue. And I only expect that all of us are going to really like do this in the spirit of not extremism for truth, extremism, but practical in terms of what is achievable and how we can, you know, all move together. But never forgetting that even if Southern Cameroon, I keep saying this, and I've been saying this for 10 years and forever, even when we achieve our independence or our own even whether that comes in the form of a statehood or whether that form instead of an autonomous Southern Cameroons in a governing with an association, whatever new association emerges with La République du Cameroon, the key is that if La République is not free, we're not free. If they don't have the space to be able to develop themselves, we are not free. That's the reason why nobody wants this a failed state in their borders. And so, to me, we have to think about it from that position, I mean, from those terms. And it's a start of a conversation, and it's a process as we go ahead. And we know that, like the moderator said, there will be so many questions that could not really be answered today. I think we do recognize that. And people, I think my hope is that after having this, after having this, that the next several town halls, we should really come together and begin to hear what what was said here, and probably maybe get back to actually talking as we used to talk amongst ourselves, and what lessons we have learned in order to be able to make a better, a better nation for our people. Thanks.
Thank you, Doc. We have a number of hands up, and we'll just go down the list. I have Mr. Mfo first, and then Francis, Chief Luma, Bajo, and then Professor Nubom. So let us start, and let us summarize what we have to say, maybe, couple of minutes, 3 minutes, so that everybody can get a chance. Mr. Mfo, the floor is yours. If you can turn on your cameras, please, because this is being broadcast for optics. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Moderator. It was really unfortunate. I had questions that I wanted to present to President Tchiroma, but unfortunately, I was not in a position where I was called up to speak, but I could not speak because I was on the way. Well, that notwithstanding, I'll just go ahead. I have some concern. My concern is we cannot approach La République while we are in disarray. Why do I say this? We have been in disarray for this long period of time. The town hall was effectively, subsequently, it went a while without us having the town hall. In that case, the Southern Cameroonians came up with an organization called the SCOF, that's Southern Cameroon Unity Front, that's SCAUF, which many of the members are in here in this meeting. That means all of us, we want freedom to our people, but we cannot get freedom in moving in different roads. So it will be advisable and wisely for us. There is nobody except the Southern Cameroon Town Hall is gaining some money from somewhere. There is nobody who is getting anything from anybody from anywhere. If we continue this way, we have understood, if we continue this way, we are not going to succeed. I will say this is the 10th year we are in this parallel movement, because we have so many organizations. I want the Southern Cameroon Town Hall, the ESCO, or the administration of the town hall, to have a meeting. It is my pledge, if we have to move forward, to have a meeting with the administration or the secretariat of the SCAHOOF, because I have attended the SCAHOOF. I've never seen the secretariat, the members of the secretariat of the town hall in the SCAHOOF meeting. That raises an eyebrow, and we shall not accommodate this. Unfortunately, Issa Tchiroma has proven to us today, President-elect has proven to us today, that he will never accept to divide Cameroon. The Cameroon he is talking, I don't know which Cameroon he is talking. But as far as we know, as Southern Cameroonians, we have nothing to do with them. When it comes to federation, we are waiting for them on the table. Our position is clear. We are waiting for them on the table. It is only a referendum that our people will decide where to go. It is not Issa Tchiroma, it is not La Republique, it is not even us here in the diaspora that are going to decide for Southern Cameroon. I yield. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that intervention. I think, if I may just say a word, then we'll come to the next hand. Mr. Tchiroma has his position, and our people also have their position. He has made his position. The good thing, which he also said in his campaign, which he has said repeatedly, is everybody would come around that table with the experts. So we also have our experts. So what we should seek now is to head to that table as quickly and as soon as possible, and as you said, with a common position, as opposed to going to that table in dispersed ranks. So you're very right. I agree with you. But let's not get offended or emotional about it. Everybody has a position. They have a right to it. Let's go to the table. Let's make our case and let our people speak. Thank you. Mr. Francis Mba, unmute yourself, and then you have the floor. Let's compress what we have to say so that more people have a chance. Mr. Francis Mba, are you there? And if you can turn on your camera, please. Mr. Francis Mba, are you there?
Yes, comrade, I'm there. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you turn on your? Are you in a position to turn on your camera?
Okay.
Yes, because we are broadcasting. Thank you.
I thank you. I don't have much to say. The last speaker has said what I have to say. Mr. Tchiroma has made his position known to us. The Ambazonian independent restoration is not negotiable. Negotiation would be on how we can live as good neighbors. That is all I just want to add to what the former speaker have said. We cannot uproot the pillars that were planted between Southern Cameroons. There is no law that can force a relationship if the two people don't agree as equal in status. There's no law that can force a relationship. There is none. So that's just what I want to add. The position of Ambazonia is clear. We have experienced, we have experimented the illegal union with the Republic for over more than half a century. And we came to the conclusion that these are people parallel to each other that can never meet anywhere along the way. So, on the 1st of October 2017, Comrade Seseko lead Ambazonia people, and we declared the restoration of our independence. And that is why we are being killed with defending that restoration. We can't go back again to discuss again. We can't be toasted like people who like air cannot be toasting us around. Ambazonia knows their destination. They know where we are going. So we sit on the table. We discuss how we can. They can move out. We are not separating. We are not separating because we have never been one since World War I. We've never been one. So we sit on the table, discuss with them how they need to pack out of Ambazonia. We live like good neighbors. So that's just my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Chief Luma, please unmute yourself and turn your camera on. You have the floor.
But he is still there, so I don't know.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. You're there now, Chief.
Yeah, thank you. You see, I have listened like an old man. They say, what an old man sees sitting down, a young man on the tree may not see it. this discussion now is very, very important. I like you for doing what you have just done, that we remain behind and we do some reflections. I have just two main issues I want to raise. Before I raise them, I want to thank you very much. A friend just gave me this link, because if I follow what the speaker before the last one said, we also are in one other group called the Cameroon CSC, that is Council of the Sovereignty of Cameroon, CSC. I am there. Prof. Ben Aki is there. Many of us who are here are in that one. So just to cue to what he said, let also, even that one, we have a steering committee of that council. Let us, all of us, meet and have a consensus. There's nothing as bad as exposing our ignorance in the street. We are well brought up people. And I am so happy, why I decided to be so happy to participate in this town hall I'm discovering for today, and count me as one of your members, is that we are maintaining our original identity, which is Southern Cameroon. Personally, I want to be very honest to you people. Ambazonia is strange to me. Why am I saying so? Because it was something that just came abrupt without the knowledge of the rest of us. I am from the southern zone, and I realized that most of the people here who are participating or who spoke are from the northern zone. I look at that to be also one capital situation. Let this town hall do everything possible to bring on board, when we have the next town hall, let us bring on board, when I say equal people of the northern zone and the southern zone, let us understand ourselves before we even go to any forum, whether we are accepting to go with what the president-elect has said, who was also voted by some of our people in the northern zone and the southern zone. Let us have an understanding, please. And you people, we know that even between ourselves, we also have our own risk. The southern zone says that they are dominated by the northern zone. The northern zone to say that, so let us feed we ourselves. That is why I'm one of those who was champion of the first AAC1 in Boya. I'm one of those. Dr. Muzo, if he's around, ask him, he will tell you. The place where we had it, I negotiated for it. After government refused us all the necessary places for us to do, I got that place for us. And we had a good meeting when our founding fathers on those days were alive, because I spoke to late Dr. Foncha and Pamuna when we had a meeting in OIC a day before the meeting itself. So these are the things we should first talk. We should first talk. Let's Saudi Cameroonians first talk. Let's have this understanding. Let's have this understanding so that it will make our way easy. You cannot force a woman to a man when she doesn't want to go to that man. You cannot force her. She will not be happy, and the marriage will not be correct. I may be speaking in parables, but I want us to be honest to ourselves. Like Tchiroma said, honesty, truth, forgiveness is what is going to save all of us. Please. The last thing I want to say also is this. I listened to the last speaker, the first and the last speakers. You know, we are online, and what we are doing, after having done what we did before, we have not reached a stage where we should start making straightforward declarations here. No. Let us meet. If you can make my brother, who is the person coordinating us, if you can take into consideration what I have said, so that we can have a town hall meeting composed of Southern Cameroonians of the North and the South, North region and the South region. Let us talk. Others called it AAC3. It is not important. I like this hall. I like this platform where we are. I love it so much. And I would prefer that we should please use it so that we meet and talk to ourselves face to face. We come to our understanding before we face whatever becomes tomorrow. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm one of those people who know that Southern Cameroonians, we have still not been decolonized. We have not been decolonized. We have not.
Thank you, Chief.
So we have to be sure that we have a guarantee ahead before we move on. Because till today, that's why I mentioned it. I lived the 1961. I did not live in 1961 like a young man. I was a grown up. I followed everything. So they cannot be telling us that it is the federation issue that United was it deposited in the United Nations. Britain, that was our administrative. Do they have these terms? Were they signed? If they were signed, how were they abrogated? These are the questions. These are some of the things we have to put into consideration. We have to know where we are, where we stand, where we are going, and the repercussions that will come after that. Thank you.
Mr. Moderator, I'm sorry, I have to interject. We are 20 minutes over.
I've ended.
Yes, we are 20 minutes over our scheduled time. I'm going to translate you, decide, Mr. Moderator, but lots of issues have come up that may make for a different meeting. But I'm just drawing your attention. We're 20 minutes over time schedule, so you have to wrap up.
Okay, let's just hear from everybody. If everybody can compress, Chief, if you can send your number by the direct somehow to us. I don't know who sent the link to you. Maybe they have us some, or if you want to send it through instead of meeting group, just send it to Secretariat in the chat. If you want to send us your number, Chief Luma, so that we can be in touch with you, that would be great. Please let us keep our discussions 2-3 minutes each person, so that everybody can have a chance to speak. Please, Manas, you're on.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Listening to all what we are saying and all what has been going on, it shows that we have all very diverse opinions and approach towards what we are facing. And we here, we are actually kind of representing different voices. But I think the real people that matter are the people who are on the ground, who are facing whatever they are facing on the ground. They are the ones to decide at the end of the day all what is going to happen with us and what can they deal with. It's we all have sisters, we have brothers, we have relatives, we talk with them, and we all can understand the feeling that they have or what they are going through and what they expect. So
What is going on? You hear words like freedom, justice, independence, and every other thing. Everything we say here makes meaning. But we are not the first group of people to have gone through what we are going through. And there are particular ways to solve these problems. And just like His Excellency Issa Tchiroma said, he's going to have his expert group. It's also time for us to start thinking, how do we put a real expert group together? And how do we really form a good working relationship with the people on the ground, so that we are not here representing our personal emotions? Because myself, I'm very, very angry with La Republic of Cameroon. But I also know, looking at what is happening in the camps in Ogoja, I know what is happening in Akwa Ibom. I know what is happening in Ghana. I know what is happening on the ground itself. I know what the boys are going through. We know everything. And so we women in particular, Takumbe, we are always at the side of our children should not die. So if you want to ask me where's my opinion, I'm going to be on the side that I don't want my children to die again. Some people will say freedom, justice, or nothing, but that's their opinion. And that's why we think that Town Hall is only facilitating a platform for us to talk about our different views, but be realistic about what we want. Thank you.
Thank you, Manas. Thank you for your intervention there. Let one of our partners, I would grave plead with you, Powerful Kimben. Mr. Anu is carrying this. So let's get a little feedback from him, and then we'll come to you, Powerful, and then go down the list. Everybody will be given a chance, and all the way down to Michael Taki. Mr. Anu, are you there? Can you unmute yourself? Chris, Mr. Anu.
Yeah, thank you. I got unmuted now. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I greet everybody in here. I just want to say a few things. Number one, we are not sure whether Mr. Issa Tchiroma is becoming the president of La Republic du Cameroon. Maybe not after 7 years, or maybe not ever. But putting that aside, there is another opportunity, that of the succession that is going on in La Republique du Cameroon. And we always knew from the beginning of this struggle that that opportunity in La Republique transition was coming. Talking about the aftermath of Paul Biya, we always knew when this struggle started, that moment, that opportunity was coming. I'm saying this so that we do not build all our eggs on what Issa Tchiroma will do for us, cannot do for us. And as one speaker said earlier, I think we must be very, very cognizant of the fact that we decide our future. No politician in La Republique du Cameroon has to determine our future. Why we listen to their opinions and hear their standpoints and what they are talking about, we must know this at the back of our minds, that we decide our future, not them deciding it for us. Because I heard something Tchiroma kept on talking about, gathering experts, gathering experts, gathering experts. How about a simple referendum to say, whatever the people decide, whatever the people decide. Experts are not going to decide the fate of the Southern Cameroons. We have to decide our fate. But comrade, the main point I wanted to make here is, we talk a lot. We talk so much. I think this is the moment we can rally ourselves around. If be it gaining our sovereignty or autonomy, whatever you call it, through Issa Tchiroma, it will take firepower to persuade them to listen to us. If it be a transition in La Republic of Cameroon, if there are crises, internal crises, as we see right now going on with the inability of Biya to show himself or participate in anything, and then we know of all the camps in La Republic of Cameroon, how about we come together, empower our fighters in the bush? And talking about our fighters, I wasn't very happy when Issa Tchiroma essentially indicted them and saying, oh, you know what, if they have done something bad, we've got to accommodate them. That is the wrong language to speak in here, because I don't think in his position he should be telling us that people who are defending our communities should be spoken about as though they are criminals. But that said, I'm really pleading with us. We have an opportunity in La Republic of Cameroon today. We knew it was coming. Can we? I know that cannot be done in an open forum like this one, but maybe some of us can sit down and ask ourselves the question: what can we do to prepare for the eventuality of what happens in La Republic of Cameroon, a situation where maybe the military takes over, maybe because of the infighting between them, the leadership is vacant. What do we do as Southern Cameroonians and Bazonians to seize on that opportunity? I really love us to think about that, ponder about it, and maybe we have another meeting. It cannot be an open meeting, but a meeting where we can discuss things in the secret and plan things in the secret. And this will apply to every other group that is out there. Thank you, Ayo.
Thank you very much for your intervention, Mr. Chris, and thank you very much. Let's hear, and seriously, let's work in the background and put together a plan with other actors, like Chief Luma has also pointed, that we really need to come together and sit down as Southern Cameroonians and talk. We really do. Through Kimbang, the floor is yours. Unmute yourself and turn on your camera if you can, please. Thank you. Kimbang?
Yeah, I don't think I'm on. I cannot see myself.
Yeah, we can see you. You're on.
Oh, I don't know why is it that I cannot see. Anyway, I thought I really want to comment the group for pulling this together. I think that one thing that we should take away is that the Southern Cameroonians, we have put on display our civility and how to coordinate and organize something. Our brothers on the other side of the Mongo should be learning something, because the way that this town meeting went, it was very, very professional, and I commend all those who put this together. But I would equally say that since 2016, I really see that the problem is us. And please forgive me to maybe what I say may anger some people. There is an ego issue within us, the Southern Cameroonians. From Nigeria, all the mistakes that we have made, lives that we have lost for more than 10 years now, what have we learned? We are still fighting amongst ourselves. I think we are our greatest problems. It's better we fight in the house and then maintain a powerful front out there that would respect us. But unfortunately, there are some people who, by share of their their ego, they will maintain that for something to move forward, they have to be the ones to play the role. You cannot do something like that. And unless we put the people before our personal ego and give an opportunity for someone who can represent us, not because he has been in this struggle since thy kingdom come, And by virtue of being in this struggle, he automatically has the wisdom or the front seat to do something. That if we don't desist from that mentality, we will not go anywhere. I really equally see that the Francophones, they are learning a lot from us. And if we can just use this platform, I have heard from Chief Luma what he has said, and then these elders, they should be able now, once we meet, they should be the one using their own wisdom to put civility amongst us, to agree, and that the Northwest-Southwest issue is something that is being used by some people to keep us apart. And if we know that Ambazonia is who we are, this opportunity makes us know that even whether you use arms or whatever, every discussion must be done on the table, face to face. And are we ready to go to that table? I don't see so, because we are fractured to go to the table. And with that, we don't have an upper hand. So I really call the powers that be to put Ambazonia before. We will sit in the diaspora and call for arms or whatever. It's good to sit in the diaspora in our air-conditioned areas and encourage others to go and die. But these people, we have platforms that are pushing this because we are not the one dying. At some point, we have to give discussion a chance and let our egos and the Ambazonians should speak with one voice and try it before we face the other party. Else, we will not go anywhere. I hope that this is really a learning for the various groups that those who did not have an opportunity to join us in this town meeting, please, the bigger the merrier. But we want all of us to start coming in the tent and looking back since 2016. All that division and everything has taken us nowhere. And this is the moment. Time is ripe and danger in delay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Powerful, for that intervention. Thank you. And I hope what you're saying is resonating, that people are calling for us to come together. And my hope is that when these meetings are called, people will show up and let us move our side forward. Thank you very much. Mr. Ben Aki, unmute yourself and then turn on your camera, please. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity again to intervene. And I thank you for a very great session that you have had. And as you can see, these are very challenging discussions to have. I would just want to plead and then make an announcement also with respect to what some of us are doing. The first thing I want to say is that we need to learn to build on a foundation that we have laid before. I'm not sure if Mr. Moche is aware of that, but definitely Chris is aware of that. Mr. Chris, I know, is aware of that. Mr. Mfrung Kimbeng, they are aware that we held a workshop in Boston in 2024, and we came up with what we call the Boston Principles. And these principles form the framework for engagement with the state of Cameroon. I am a federalist, and I understand that the next step is really going to be for us to empower our legitimate president to come to the table with a good federalist outlook to the solution. But we definitely understand that there is a need to engage with our brothers and sisters who think that the only way out is a republic of former Southern Cameroons. So they need to sit down with our president, empowered, and first of all discuss the nature of our problem, the nature of potential solutions, and then perhaps how that solution, how our people should be engaged in that. So I just want to play it with us that we should go back and take a look at that framework. It was independent of who drafted it. The principles speak for themselves, that they're a good framework to tell the government of Cameroon, come to the table, let us pause hostility while we talk about these issues. That framework is very important. But also to point out that a key principle in this 14 principles that we put together was to say that we want to have legitimacy on each side, on either on the side of the government of Cameroon or our brothers and sisters going to speak for us, speaking on behalf of the majority of Cameroon. I have conducted opinion polls, and I know that if the question is just asked whether people want independence for former Southern Cameroon, the majority say yes. But if you constrain it on war, then some people say, okay, if that's the case, I'm going to choose something more pragmatic. So let us make sure that we do not engage with the government, the illegitimate government of Biya, in an attempt to find a quick solution. We will be failing on our own principles, and we will also be betting against the people of Cameroon. And I want to estimate here that there is a real chance that the people of Cameroon will bring about the conditions for Mr. Issa Tchiroma Bakary to be president of the Republic of Cameroon. Let's not burn bridges with respect to how we come to the table to discuss this issue. That's for my brothers and sisters who believe very strongly about the former Southern Cameroons having an independent state. But for those of you who think that there is still a chance, I can give a chance for the Union of Cameroon to work. I'm just pointing out to you that most of us, people of former Southern Cameroons, because we know how we do business. We got together, Mr. Mike Taki, who is the chairperson of the Federalist Group. I am the Secretary General there. We got together when we saw that there were real problems in Cameroon, and we created the Council for the Sovereignty of Cameroon. Chief Luma is there, Micheline, who spoke here, Mike Taki, we are all there. So we want to point out to you that this council has been guiding the direction that the people of Cameroon should take to not only restore the truth of the ballot box, but ensure that after the restoration, there is enough political stability to engage with the problem of former Southern Cameroons. So I just want to invite those of you who are still giving Cameroon a chance. Please join us every Sunday. We meet every Sunday at 8 p.m. Cameroon time to discuss issue, to mobilize people on the ground. All the 10 regions are mobilizing now. We will start protests from August 14 or earlier if there's an opportunity for that. We believe very strongly that the people of Cameroon can be mobilized towards restoring the truth of the ballot box. Let us be professional to make sure we prepare ourselves to engage with the legitimate president of Cameroon. And then let us use a framework that has been built before so that we are building on something that was solid. The government of Biya rejected that framework, ignored it, was given a chance for 6 months to respond. They did not. So we know that they are not the ones really to genuinely engage on this question. And right now they have lost legitimacy. I thank you very much, and I commend your work.
Thank you, Mr. Aki, for your intervention. Obviously, the form of state, as we have discussed, would come down to the will of the people. But in the meantime, I think there are many things, like earlier speakers, Paul Biya has said, Chief Luma has said, and other speakers. There are many things we can agree on as Southern Cameroonians to help build our institutions, our communities, So let's not draw lines and be angry at each other. Let us find common grounds, and then when we get to the bridge of the form of state, I think that that's where the people would ultimately, with an open mind, like any democratic process, the people would make that final determination. I don't have a problem with President-elect Chiroma's position. I don't have a problem sitting at the table with him. In fact, I want us to sit at the table and, go to the root cause, as he himself has called them, and let the people decide where they want to go, how they want to live. So you're very welcome, and anything we can do to move the ball forward in terms of common grounds, let us work together and do that. Thank you very much. Mr. Mfo, turn on your camera, unmute yourself. I think we'll just take like we have 4 hands up. Let us just take those 4 hands, and then we'll have to round up with Mr. Michael Taki, Mr. Mfo, and then Professor Numbong, Mike Taki. Where is the 4th hand? Okay, we have 3 hands left. And then Professor Numbong, Mike Taki. Where is the 4th? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Mfo, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Yes, thank you once more, moderator. I just wanted to still emphasize. I heard Prof. Dr. Bakary just mention on we mobilizing our citizens in the Southern Cameroon, that there is from the 14th, there's going to be a demonstration. Unfortunately, we have died a lot. If there is any demonstration, that demonstration will go to La Republique, not our citizens, because they have proven clear to us when something happens, when there is a demonstration at the other side of the Mongo in La Republique, they are very, very careful on who they kill or who they arrest. The casualties are not many. But when it comes to Southern Cameroons, we are dogs. They will kill randomly. So I will not advise our people to go out because we know the people we are dealing with. La Republique, especially the military, doesn't look us, recognize us as humans. So I just want to put this in the score, unfortunately, of Professor Bakary, that our people will not go out for any demonstration. As far as that country is concerned, we are not going to demonstrate in the name of La Republique du Cameroon. Let me come to my real question. My question, I have asked this. I want, before we go out of this town hall, let the Secretariat prove to Southern Cameroonians and declare to Southern Cameroonians that they are ready and they are prepared to invite and work with other groups that are organizing in Southern Cameroon. I'm talking particularly the SCITH body, which is a united front also, like the town hall. It is very important. So I want, before we come out of this meeting, this town hall, that decision must be taken. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mfo. I would tell you right now that SCITH has reached out to us. I know the people in the Secretariat of SCITH, some of them are in this meeting. They have reached out. They have sent us their paperwork of what SCITH is all about. I have personally had phone conversations with some of the members, so I won't go into details beyond that. But we would work with every progressive force to help our people move forward. Yes, we will. Thank you. Professor Numbong, the floor is yours if you want to unmute yourself. And then we have 2 more, and then we'll round up. Okay, we have 3. We have Dr. Agbo, Mike Taki, and then Dr. Eugene Ate. Okay, then we'll round up. So go ahead, Professor Numbong. The floor is yours.
All right, thanks so much, Chair, and opportunity to express appreciation again to you and the town hall for the work that you're doing.
I particularly appreciate the civility of the engagement, and I think that we're making a lot of progress with respect to finding solutions for the advancement of our people. I wanted to comment a bit about what President-elect presented to us from a politics and power perspective, but a number of the previous speakers have already spoken to that. And I think that both Comrade Chris Anu and I can't remember who else made allusion to the fact that we need to be picking carefully the horse that we back. The evolution of the political situation in Cameroon as currently is, it's a very dicey one. And I've briefly engaged this conversation with Prof. Ben Aki, and I think that if Dr. Fominyu and Ni Eric are all here, it will be useful that they take that into consideration in terms of their tactics and strategy. President Tchiroma is number 4 in line of democratically elected quote-unquote presidents in Cameroon whose electoral victory has been stolen. It was Fundi twice. It was before Issa Tchiroma was Kamto. So there's a precedent. Now, I'm not saying to say that there's something specific or special about this specific instance. I'm saying that we need to learn the lessons of history to understand that there's a particular system that has a particular disposition. So if in the design of our strategies of who to support and how to engage with the emergent political dictator of the time, we must factor in the notion that that regime has a culture of stealing victories and entrenching itself in power. And we must not discard that as part of our strategies. My personal concern as far as his strategy is concerned, and maybe Prof. Aki can answer to this parallelly, is the notion that he won the elections on the popular vote on his electoral platform, benefiting from the withdrawal of Kamto, and moving forward, besides laying token claim to victory, I don't see him building a grassroots structure to claim the victory. For example, when he says that he will call Cameroonians to come out in future, I don't know whether they've done the grassroots mobilization that it takes to get that kind of mass movement. Those who militated in the SDF will tell you that to get a crowd out, it's not announcement, it's groundwork. Those who have militated in the Amazonian movement will tell you that to get a crowd out to protest is not announcement, it's groundwork. So my point of caution to all of us here, the importance of engaging with President Tchiroma is the flavor of the month and is the flavor of the moment. But in terms of our tactics and strategy, we should be very clear what we expect to get out of that process. Which brings me to my second point. I believe that it's absolutely important for us to have that internal coherence in our conversation. We're supposed to form an internal position of our own that makes us to be engagement ready, irrespective of who emerges. In my personal reflections, it dawns on me that from all intents and purpose and looking at the positioning of power politics in Cameroon, say someone like Ngongo has positioned himself to grab power. I'm telling Southern Cameroonians that we may have to negotiate with someone else other than Issa Tchiroma. It therefore means that we need to have an internal conversation about our negotiating points that we would take to the table with whoever we are dealing with. If that person happens to be Issa Tchiroma, the conversation has started. If it happens not to be Issa Tchiroma, we should therefore not pre-position ourselves in our support for Tchiroma in a way that compromises our ability to engage with whoever emerges out of that fight. Unless we have an ability to influence the outcomes, I think it is wiser for us to position ourselves with principled positions that are in the interest of our people, to say that this is what we want as a people, and whoever we're negotiating with, we will have the same ask. I just wanted to put that as a point of engagement for our people to just bear in mind. Thirdly, building on the conversation that Chief Luma put forward there, and for those of you who attended the last 2-3 or watched the last 2-3 outings of Comrade Chris Anu on the All Anglophone Conference, there is a sentiment that I feel that as Southern Cameroonians we are ignoring, and I see it emerging again and again, and Chief Luma made allusion to that. The notion that we are prosecuting a common interest for the Southern Cameroon struggle at a time when an increasing number of our people from the Southern Zone are expressing frustration about being dominated over. And personally, maybe some of you have heard that over and over again, and but I think that that's a sleeping time bomb that we have to address, which I think would be resolved by a clear proposition about the model of governance
that ensures that their concerns and their identity will be catered for in what I personally feel would be some sort of parliamentary democracy that is representative enough. I wanted to put that on the table to say that we cannot continue to just dismiss and sweep that under the table or make token statements about our unity and our oneness. If there's a sense of an overwhelming dominance of the northern zone to the southern zone, that's an elephant in the room we cannot ignore. And I feel that from our own practice of democracy as it were, we need to start having conversations about that, digging deep, establishing the facts from the fiction, and beginning to propose actual models of how do we cater for this concern, because we cannot then marshal in as one people to fight big domination and then ignore the voice of local internal domination that our own people are feeling. That's very, very important. Lastly, I wanted to just also use this platform today to say we would seek, a lot of has been said about the importance for us to have our own internal consultations. I want to reiterate and for example, we have gone past the stage where we meet stakeholders and ask them what kind of federation they stand for. In our own internal conversations, for those who stand and believe in federation, I think we're supposed to have ventilated that question and put forward a solid model of a proposal. Say two-state confederation with the restoration of parliamentary democracy, Westminster style in the Southern Cameroons, as existed between 1961 and 1965, with a prime minister where it was Foncha and Joa, a return to that model. For example, that such a proposal should have been ventilated amongst ourselves, defended. Let it then be that when we're talking to Tchiroma, we're talking to whoever it is we're talking to, at our own level as a people, we would have already ventilated a question that says that this is the kind of federation. I'm saying it is not, the onus does not rest on people like Issa Tchiroma to tell us what kind of federation we need. It is our responsibility to have that conversation internally so that we can be able to go out there with a clear proposal to say, this is the kind of federation we stand for, and here are the reasons why. Finally, there is and I think that Dr. Eugene Ate is going to speak to that. I noticed that when Eric was speaking, he made mention of certain interactions with late Chairman Frundi that sort of drew the response from Ate. And that for me was symbolic of the kinds of internal conversations that we need to be having with ourselves. That says that we cannot have a situation where Dr. Eugene Ate and Eric meet themselves in front of a platform engaging Tchiroma, and then instead of engaging Tchiroma, we are having internal squabbles about the internal coherence of our own story. Hence, the need for us to meet, like Chief Luma has said. Hence, a number of us are advocating for this all Anglophone conference, Anglophone General Conference, Anglophone Consultation, AAC3, whatever name you want to give it. We are saying that because of the rapidly changing political situation that is happening in Cameroon, the urgency of that meeting is overrated, where we need to get everybody of every tendency around the table to start having comprehensive conversations to build internal coherence for a kind of collective engagement with the stakeholders that lay in front of us. So I want to use this opportunity to, through you, Chair, and to invite the town hall to say that a lot of work, a lot of planning has already been rolled out as far as what we want to call AAC3 is concerned. I want to, through this platform, invite the town hall to endorse and bring in their platform and bring in their manpower, their technical skill to give that process a kick. There's nothing cast on stone. The idea has been thrown out there. We think it's a necessity. We sort of all agree that we need to have that conversation. We are now grappling with the how to make it happen. And I wanted to just extend this invitation to the town hall to say, please join the conversation, bring in your ideas, and help us make this thing a success. And through you to your audience to say that, let us please endorse this notion of us needing to meet urgently and find ways of making that happen urgently as soon as possible. With that, I want to just say thank you to the town hall and to the secretariat for the work that you're doing. And we continue to look up to you to the platform for engagement and civility that you're providing for us. Thank you, Chair. I yield.
Thank you very much, Professor Nubong. You're welcome. Again, this town hall is the people's platform, so we are not going to censor Southern Cameroonians who want to engage. You know, we have reached across the aisles. We've gone beyond our borders and brought guests to speak of varying opinions. You know, Professor Munzu has been up here, Lady John Frundi has been up here. So as long as it's people who are coming to have a civil conversation and not animus, we would welcome every effort. So thank you, and let's stay in touch with what you said is going on behind the scenes. Thank you. So I see we have people adding on, but let me go through the people who were here. We take Mike Taki, no, sorry, before Mike was Dr. Agbo, Mike Taki, and then Dr. Eugene. No, sorry, Dr. Eugene, your hand is up first. It's that color hand I didn't see. Dr. Eugene, do you have your camera? Because I see a mic, I don't see your camera. Dr. Eugene, unmute yourself. Okay, if he's not there, Dr. Agbo, go ahead. Oh, sorry. Yes, Dr. Agbo, go ahead. Dr. Eugene is not there. Unmute yourself, Dr. Agbo.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much again. I just want to add my voice on this. People talking about federation. I mean, you cannot be planning to go on the negotiating table, and you already get a position that is far less than you deserve. You know, the world owe us our freedom. We're part of a colonized people, so they owe us that. So why would you start talking about a federation? Because if you talk about a federation, then the people will say that, okay, perhaps if their starting position is that, then perhaps the middle ground is somewhere less. Now, if you are talking about a federation, you are talking about France. France still has a lot of influence in Cameroon. How are you going to deal with France? Is France going to allow you to do it? No. Why did Tchiroma choose the Gambia, not Senegal? Whereas the Gambia, the whole of Gambia is inside Senegal. Gambia is all surrounded in Senegal, just a strip line inside Senegal. Why did he choose the Gambia instead of Senegal? Because he knows the influence of France. This federation that is offering like that, he knows that France is not going to accept it. Even the Paul Biya now that is in Geneva. Geneva is in France. Geneva geographically is in France. It's only politically in the Swiss Federation. And Geneva decided to join the federation, Swiss Federation. Listen, Swiss Federation. Because God knows France is a centralized state. And Geneva is like the playground of the French regional. That's why Paul Biya is there. If you take a plane, you arrive in Geneva airport, you say, welcome to France. Your phone network telling you, welcome to France. So France is not going to allow a federation anywhere. So how are you going to overcome France? We would think that if there's a succession in Cameroon, the international community will see with us that that is not what we signed up for. Other than trying to go and fight with something that France, you know clearly that France is not going to agree. Even if you say you're going to accept that, that cannot be a starting position. How silly can that be? You cannot be starting on the position that I'm going to take less than. Why? Anyway, that's what I just wanted to add. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Agbo, and I hope your sentiment resonated. I don't know if maybe Dr. Eugene has dropped since the last speaker brought up what he was going to say about, back and forth or confrontations with positions. Professor Numbong talked about it in public, so maybe he has dropped. I don't see him anymore. So we have whoever is Samsung SM, please, you want to change that and put your name so that we know who we are calling. Okay, Dr. Ate, you're back. Unmute yourself. And then we'll go to Mike Taki and Dr. Edmond. Samsung, we need to know who we are unmuting for. Dr. Eugene, unmute yourself, and then the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Acho. The host was not allowing me to unmute myself. That is the problem.
Oh, we have to put in the request. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I want to sincerely thank Professor, I call him Dr. G. He is one of the persons that have actually seen this Cameroonian issue from the lens of both an academic and a politician. Let me be very, very clear about this. The 2025 elections are history. The Constitutional Council has spoken. We may disagree with the verdict, which we have. We may denounce the process, which we are. We may believe a different man truly won, which we know Issa Tchiroma won. But there is absolutely no legal road left. We can honor our pain, we can remember our vote, but we must also tell ourselves the hard truth. I'm very happy Dr. Chris Fominio is here. He should tell us what particular door is remaining open for Mr. Tchiroma to be president of Cameroon based on the 2025 election. The door is closed and it is shut. Number two, I am very surprised that Cameroonians still practice this politics of adulation. When I listen to Eric Chinje, he speaks like when we used to speak about Ahijo, or when Paul Biya came up and we were like, this is sent from God. Look, we have to press hard on this guy called Tchiroma. He was asked a specific question. You are living there in Gambia. What do you see about the Gambia-Senegal issue? He said no two countries are equal. He didn't say, I will look for experts in Senegal and Gambia to advise us. He punted. That was a serious punt, which you and everyone should take very seriously. Every other issue, he said he's going to bring experts. When he was asked specifically about Senegal and Gambia, he punted. No two countries are equal. Number three, Professor G talked about strategic realignment. We shouldn't fall that trap of backing the wrong horse. And finally, I will not want to pick a fight with my brother Eric Chinje here on in the public, but he said something and he gave an oversized role of Tchiroma when they were trying to look for a unique presidential candidate. I am very happy. He said he was in the United States and he called me John Frundi. I was part of that conversation, and if he likes, I would like to meet him out of this forum and let's get things ironed out. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Ate. Mike Taki, unmute yourself, turn on your camera if you can. The floor is yours. Oh, okay. Wait, Mike, wait. I see Mr. Chinje has put his hand up. So, yes, please, Big Bros, unmute yourself and turn on your camera. The floor is yours. Mr. Chinje's hand is up. But okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Ato, is it, you want me to, can I speak?
Yes, yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, actually, I was putting up my hands to, first of all, to congratulate you guys for doing for this town hall again. It's the second I'm attending, and I think, you know, you should not only do more, but expand it, and so that we can begin to move towards some kind of consensus over what exactly we want. I think we may think it's obvious what we want, but it isn't. You know, even just listening carefully to everyone in the room, you get the sense that there's some core red lines that, you know, we all can agree should not be crossed. Let's identify them. I think it's important to identify them. And then everything else is, you know, beneath that. So I want to suggest that this town hall should work on identifying what the red lines are. Where does agreement, where do we go to the edge of having an agreement, and beyond that, everything else it's a no-no. That's what I was going to say. But since is it Ate who's been, you know, accused me of lying, I really don't like people who say that. You know, you just have a different perspective, that's all. And I'd really love to know what it is he thinks I'm lying about. I speak my truth, and I really think, as I told him, the truth in a separate message, it's the truth that will save us. So let's go over the emotionalisms and be straightforward with each other. Eric, you said John Fundi didn't do this or did that. That would be nice. And then I'll say, oh no, absolutely, I think he did. There's no point, you know. Part of the problem we have is this very, you know, intentional pulling down of people and making them look ridiculous, or want to make them look ridiculous. It's not necessary. I'm an old man now, and I have no time, you know, for the kinds of stupidities that I hear once in a while. But let me say this. One, I think we can resolve this problem, our problem. Whether we are resolving it as through, you know, the federal prison, or we're resolving it as independent states, we've got to be, you know, we've got to look at global geopolitics and say, what is possible to do today in the world? What is possible? And then we take the steps necessary to do it. You know, it'll be harder. If we cannot have, you know, it will be harder to create two states in that geography where we are, but it's not impossible. Okay? If we agree that it is harder, then let's figure out what it will take to get there. If we say oh, it might not be possible, what is the easier option? Let's, and I think, you know, this town hall should do that. That's what I mean when I talk about these red lines. You know, if we can figure them out, then we've begun that conversation. And I can guarantee you, since I happen to know Tchiroma well, you know, I pulled myself out of his orbit. Long after the elections, you guys might have, you know, I mean, I'm not a spokesperson for him. I even said it when I interacted with him. I'm not. But I know him well enough to know that what we can push with him. So if we have those red lines before he even comes into office, we'll say, okay, we can advance on this this Southern Cameroon's effort, but we will not allow you to go beyond this. This is what is acceptable to us. So let's start working on that. That makes more sense. That puts us on a solid path, and I suggest we do that. And that will be. And I think, you know, you should even issue a statement saying these are the things the Southern Cameroon Town Hall is working on, and let's start moving the minds of fellows out there. I think we're giving too much importance to France. Let me throw that in. We're giving too much importance to France. France is only there for their interests. Believe me, I've seen the Americans coming in, and I had meetings with some folks in Washington the other day. Cameroon for them is all about interests. Cameroon for China is all about interests. And the French will continue with their interests forever. So let's rationalize these things. Look at what is in our own interest and move on it. And I call on you, I took the floor to call on you to lead that effort, because I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. Thanks.
Thank you very much. But let me ask you a question before you go, since you brought up the question of interest. I beg Comrade Mike Taki, you're supposed to be next. Let me just ask one question. Professor Chris Roberts of University of Alberta, Canada, he wrote a paper, and he's been to this town hall a couple of times, in which he very clearly explained how Biya had very well partitioned the pie of resources in Cameroon to major world powers. And because he's catering to their interests, they don't want to, offset the apple cart. And that's why, Biya is there. And if you look at it critically, Professor Chris Roberts is right. Paul Biya has given the Chinese, the Americans, the French, the Canadians, the Germans, he has given them enough interest for them to really look the other way. How do we overcome that? Because what are we going to offer them that Biya hasn't offered them for them to say, okay, we think it's time to support this change? I'm asking you, Mr. Chinje.
I'm sorry. Can you just repeat the question, please?
All right. I was saying that Professor Chris Roberts, who has been to this town hall, he's a professor at the University of Alberta, Canada. He did a very good breakdown that Biya has very well allocated resources to various major powers. Their interests have been taken care of. The Chinese, the French, the Americans, the Canadians, the British, the Germans. And so they look the other way because Paul Biya is catering to their interests. And you brought up all these countries are there for their interests. Now, if Paul Biya has given them what they want in geopolitics and they couldn't care less about us, what then do we have to offer them for them to support? Because in today's world, without support from some of these major European Union countries, it's harder for us to get the kind of backing we need to bring change.
Thanks a lot, Ato. I think my response to that is fairly simple, and Chris and a host of others who are at this meeting, maybe we can all put our heads together and talk some more about that. But what really needs to happen is to reassure countries that all of our partners that we're in this for a win-win. We know that they want something we have, but they must understand that we have the land and our people must benefit from the resources of the land. These arguments can be made. There's language within the diplomatic community to make it understood that China cannot, for example, take 30,000 hectares of land, plant, export, and the locals see no real benefits. I mean, that case can be made. France cannot take our railroads and promise to build, to connect the country by rail, and nothing happens in 20 years and nobody's speaking up. So I think a genuine discussion needs to be had. But we first of all have to figure out what our own interests are. Look at how much of our forests is being, that the Israelis and Frank Biya and the rest of them are taking out of that country. All the talking will not change the genuine situation on the ground until we share in the wealth of those forests, until we share in the wealth of the gold and the iron. The problem, we've not defined our own interests. We haven't. And until we do and engage the world based on those interests, I don't think, and look, and we can force them. We have the land. We can make life impossible for them. If we knew what our interests were, we can get those people in the East who are slaves to the Chinese to stop. We can make it impossible for the Chinese to survive it. So, in answer to your question, the problem is with us. It's not with them. They will pursue their interests at all costs. But we can make it difficult for France, for China, for America, for everybody to operate on our soil without giving back. That can be done. That's my simple answer.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that answer. And I stand to be corrected. Professor Chris Roberts is at the University of Calgary, not Alberta in Canada, Calgary. Thank you. Thank you very much for your response. Let's go to Mike. Taki, unmute yourself, and then you have the floor. Mike, are you there?
I'm here, yes, thank you. Hello?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks again, Mr. Moderator. This is the second chance, but I've been standing here for a while and they kept keeping me behind. I just want to say congratulations for a very resourceful meeting. And I think, like others have said, we should be having more. Now, before the president-elect left, I wanted to speak at that time because I had a question to ask him in this house. Like I said before, I have been chairing the Coalition of Cameroon Federalist Groups and Activists, CCFGA, since, for about 5 years, 4 to 5 years now. We have been engaged actively in the political scene in Cameroon. Now, if you, some people have made a lot of comments about the president-elect and or whatnot. We have a situation in the country. We of the former British Southern Cameroon are being not only marginalized, killed. We are in a very dire position. We've had violence and we've experienced violence all this time since 2016, late 2016, 17 until today. We've had, people standing or having very, very tough opinions on what should be done and what should not be done, how we should engage and how we shouldn't engage. And unfortunately, we are still having these very thoughts to today. We still have people theorizing on how we should do things instead of actually practicing what we should do, coming out clearly that this is what needs to be done. But we are still theorizing. For those who have actively been looking for solutions, I would say the people or those of the federalist position or dispensation, like we have been doing, we have practically been there in the political scene, changing, the narrative, communicating, pressurizing the present regime, standing on their toes on various aspects in a legal manner, in a way that we know nobody can fault us. When I mean fault us, any right-minded person, because we're working within the constitution and the law of that very country. But yet we still have a situation where they do not even want to listen. Right up to the elections, we engaged with a president-elect. We fought hard. And throughout the period of his campaign, even meetings that we had with him, he agreed, even before we even endorsed him, he agreed with the Federalists that once he comes to power, a lot of things are going to change, including the fact that federalism is, is an area that can never be put behind, at the conversation anymore. He promised us that he will make sure federalism is the top on the agenda. And he would not do so. Most of the things that he said here today are things that this man told us before he even won the election. Now, what I want to really, really draw our attention to, regardless of everyone's position, we should be looking at things. We should be looking at life to live, not life to die. You cannot prepare to die, but you promise, you make sure you try by all best to live. And we should be looking at things from a practical perspective. What do we do to live? Until you are a living person, you cannot have the power. You cannot even feature on the table for a table of discussion. The regime in power has made sure nobody comes on the table with them. They have made sure if they were to even have any iota of remorse, or let me even say a good political acumen, because these are not really politicians on the other side of the Biya regime. They are not politicians. They are just human beings who are protecting their own interest directly in an open, using the opportunities that have been given to them. This is what they have been doing. Now, we have an opportunity. When I mean we, the people of former Southern Cameroons, have the opportunity to finally be be at the table of where key or core discussions are being made. I am seeing or listening to various conversations, various views, some not even interested in these conversations that we are being invited to. The Tchiroma team, or the people who voted for Tchiroma, as all of you would know, they did not come from FSNC. They came from different factions. There's the people that we talk about, the grassroots, or the people whom we talk of as, the people from the community. They voted for Tchiroma. And they did not, some of them even voted, they don't even know the party that Tchiroma belongs to, but they voted for Tchiroma. That's to say Tchiroma is, I would say, a candidate who is, he's a wild card. And looking at the position, what our big brother was saying, Eric, Tchiroma is not, I don't think he's very much attached to the French or to the Germans or to the British or to whoever, because he did not plan for this. This is an opportunity for us to actually make a change in Cameroon. When I mean we, again, we, the minority. And it would have, the conversation that I want this town hall to take is on how we make this change, on how we actively get engaged, than to say we wait and see whether Tchiroma is going to be the president or whether who is going to be the president before we table our own opinion. Let's not forget the position in which we are at the moment. We have actually shot ourselves on the foot if Tchiroma were to come to power. How? Because before the elections, we have a position where the North and Southwest regions were not very popular with the idea of elections. What happened there? Biya actually won the landslide. And you cannot, those who are saying that the Constitutional Council has ruled out that Biya won, how would you actually make a case for a position in the North and Southwest regions? What did he win? What did Biya win? So let us not be fooled. I think we should get engaged, get involved, look at how we get involved in the present situation to make Tchiroma the president. He is the president. We should get involved actively to work on how this man comes from Gambia to Cameroon, and then we sit on the table with him, than waiting for a situation where we'll be sitting on the table with a rogue regime that we all know they did not win. So this is my position. Let's work as hard as we can to make sure that Tchiroma comes from the Gambia. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So we have two last speakers, and then we are done. We have Dr. Epa, and then Dr. Folefak will be our last speaker. Then we'll round up for today. Dr. Epa, if you want to unmute yourself and turn on your camera, you have the floor. And then Dr. Folefak would be the last speaker, and we'll round up. Dr. Epa, are you there? Dr. Epa? Okay, if Dr. Epa is not there, Dr. Edmond, do you want to speak and then we round up?
So just wanted
to...
I could not unmute. I could not unmute. I've just unmuted now.
Okay, turn on your camera if you can.
Okay, but I'm trying to turn it on. It's not going on. You are muted.
No, if you cannot turn it, you should be able to turn it on. I mean, I have asked you to unmute, and then if you can unmute, then you can turn on your camera. But if you can, just go ahead.
No, they said
just go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, please. Can you turn it on? Can you turn it on for me?
I have asked you. Only you can do that.
Yeah, we can only request you to do that. We cannot turn it on.
Please allow Zoom. Okay.
All right. Can you try again?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yes.
Let me see. Oh my God.
Anyway, go ahead with your
No, just
point.
go ahead. I don't think that that should. At least we can hear your voice. It was better to hear your voice than to see your face and not hear your voice. At least that's preferable.
No, I always like to make sure that people see my face too.
Yeah, we
the
sent you a request.
ask you to start
video. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Unable to access camera. Please allow Zoom.
That is your. It's for you
setting.
and Dr. Epper. I mean
Okay.
that's for you. Just go ahead.
Okay. I want to thank the conveners of this town hall, especially Mr. Arthur. You know, I was not able to hear the president or the elected president of La Republic of Cameroon make a speech. I had this link later on. I couldn't get the link. But based on what I've heard, I want to first of all thank everybody who has contributed very well in this meeting. Let me go straight. One of the issues that Chief Luma addressed, I've heard it again during the last outing that Comrade Chris had with some others people. The concern of saying Northwest, let me just say Southern Zone and the Northern Zone, not agreeing, and that Northern Zone is more populated, they dominate and all that. And Chief Luma also mentioned it here. I would just want to say that this has been in the past, but I don't think it is still now, but we need to discuss about it. We have discussed about this, and it is no longer the case. It is La Republic who implanted this thing in our heads so that we become so divided. I don't see when we have our independence, I don't want to say if, when we have our independence actualized, the people from the Northern Zone are going to dominate those in the Southern Zone. I come from Guti. That cannot happen. It can't. Because we have already discussed this and we have agreed. So I just wanted to assure Chief Luma and those from the Southern Zone who are worried about this issue. Number two, the Federalists must admit that without the independentists who have fought, they will not have had any voice right now. If they don't admit that, I see only one of them had admitted on Chris's platform. I think that I forgot it. He admitted it. He is the lawyer who is with Adu Karim. He admitted. He said, without the independentists who have been fighting for all these years, all those with federalism will have no voice because they do not even know the type of federalism they want. Some say 10-state federation. Some say 4. Some say 2. They don't even know what they want. Okay. Number 3 that I want to say here. Our brother Eric Chinje has answered the question that Mr. Arthur asked him about Biya having auctioned our natural resources to different countries. And that is a very big issue for us. He has answered that question very well. It can be addressed, but it is not easy to be addressed. Now, we who want independence, What are we supposed to do? I am suggesting for a meeting for the independentists within the next 2 weeks for all those who want independence to meet. Meanwhile, the Federalists, of course, they have been meeting. But the independentists of all groups need to meet and we discuss about certain issues. How we are going to meet with the Federalists. I don't believe that anybody in La Republic is the one to give us what we want. I think Comrade Chris Anu mentioned that when he made a speech. I heard him say that. The independentists have to meet within 2 weeks. That's my suggestion. For us to discuss. And then we can meet with the Federalists or the Unionists in the town hall or maybe another platform. That's my suggestion, and I don't want to take you long. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Dr. Epa. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Edmond Folefak, you have the floor and the roundup.
So, yeah, it's thank you, moderator. And I just piggyback, just wanted to highlight a few things. And just so that since we have this many people on this platform, one would be this appellation of Anglophone, right? I think I understand when our parents or our forebearers had an all Anglophone conference. At the time, there was this notion that Anglophone meant Southern Cameroonians. Those are not they're not the same thing. And, so when we're talking about the problems of Southern Cameroon as a people, it's Southern Cameroons, it's not Anglophones. Somebody who studied in English and is the son of maybe one of the overlords in Yaoundé, or maybe like many of our brothers, many people on the other side. I think President Tchiroma himself mentioned that his children actually studied also in English. Those people, you may call them, they can claim to be Anglophones, but they don't have the same problems of the Southern Cameroonians. A problem is not, and this actually is something to demystify this question that I've heard many, many times. Why are you fighting over foreign language? It's not an issue of fighting over a foreign language. It's an issue of an identity of a people. I think we're hated not because, or maybe the subjugation, the torture in Southern Cameroons, or the plunder of our people and the oppression of the Southern